Steel Toe Morning Show.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Steel Toe Evening Show. One of two evening shows this week. We've got two morning shows left until Thanksgiving.
Yes, sir.
And we've got two evening shows left until Thanksgiving.
Easy enough.
Let's bang it all out and call it. Well, wait a minute. We're not going to have a Goal Wednesday. It's going to be Rumble Wednesday. So it'll be Rumble Link Wednesday.
And that's Johnny, right?
Yeah, so we'll have Rumble Link Wednesday, which takes care of itself every week. And then Friday is just going to be our anniversary Freedom from Radio show, 3 years on Friday. And I think what we're going to do for that is we're just going to go a maximum of 5 hours. And what we'll do is, this is what we usually do when we broadcast on like holiday type days. We go like, hey, for every $100 that comes in, we do another hour. You know?
That's true.
I think we did that one. Was it Labor Day? I think Labor Day, Johnny and I did that once. We went, hey, every $100 that comes in, we'll do an hour up to 5 hours because we got to go pick up the kids and stuff. And I think we'll do that same thing on Black Friday.
All right.
We'll just do it that way. So really, tonight, tomorrow morning, tomorrow night, those are the three goals we have left.
We're kid-free on Friday, too, so we can have a drink or two.
Oh,
we could celebrate.
Oh, that's right. We don't have to pick them up.
I know. It's a weird holiday week.
Oh, that's right. All week. And then, okay. So we could technically go 6, 7, 8. Johnny and I could end up, or no, you and I, because it's going to be a you day. We could end up going crazy on Friday.
By the lake.
I'm going crazy out here by the lake.
Yeah.
Oh, man. We have some fun options for Friday. So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to bang out tonight, knock out tomorrow, and knock out tomorrow night. And then we're going to call it a successful week from there. 245 is the number. The morning show crowd got you up by $5 this morning. So go ahead and throw in your Super Chats, your PayPals, your Streamlabs, your Venmos if you want to support the work we do here. Carlos says, so if someone donates $1,000, you'll go till 6 p.m.
Oh, my God.
I mean, technically, yeah, that's the promise that's being made.
Yeah, and since it's our anniversary, maybe Johnny would like to come in and switch out with me partway through.
Maybe, and then switch out with me partway through.
Sure.
So we've got some options here for Friday. Let me put it this way:
we could get a special guest in, maybe for part of it.
Yeah, we could get him. We could get a couple other people.
Yeah.
So this could get weird on Friday, or we could only make like $100 and Johnny and I are done, or you and I are done at 7 a.m.
Do you want Johnny to do it?
No, I keep screwing it up. Carlos Cameo says, hey, David Chandler. Well, we'll see. I don't know. David hasn't shown up in a while. He might not be a steel toe guy anymore. Who knows? I know he's not. I had Sid Saraf DMing me today. He's like, I tried to watch that MLC podcast today.
Oh, really?
He goes, I watched like 15 minutes. It's so retarded. He goes, it made me so thankful for Steel Toe. I go, that's kind of the show we've always been, is the anti-that.
Yeah, you don't have to watch those things.
Yeah, you don't have to watch that shit. But he goes, oh, yeah, Chandler's mad at Chad. So he's never going to give Chad any more money because Chad doxed a guy. And I'm like, I
don't know what to say to those people.
I would like to hope that people only give their money to this show because they enjoy it. Yeah. They want to see it continue. They want to see it succeed. I would hope. that's the reason. All right, we have a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Overtime. We have overtime set. Opie made his magnum opus this morning. Magnum Opie. That's when he's got a really big cock. Opie made his big Louis J. Gomez shot across the bow on YouTube today.
Yeah, he did.
And we're going to check that out and have some fun with that for overtime if we make it. Again, 245 is the number. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, gifted memberships, Rumble rants, etc. If you'd like to contribute to this e-beggar listener-supported show, we always do appreciate it. And hopefully all goes well and we're not bugging the shit out of you for money tonight. Let's go to the chat. By the way, the reviews are in. MSO was very... by the way, MSO not watching this morning. He won. We knocked out our goal this morning, but we brought out the plate.
Oh, shit.
So MSO won, and he wasn't here to see it.
Well, then
unfortunately.
I don't know. Did he win if he didn't see it?
It's still a win. I still count it in my book as an MSO win.
Oh.
But he was very impressed with your style of shirt that you wore today.
My pink shirt.
Yes, he went as far to call me a lucky man, to which I said, "Don't I know it?"
That's a fan favorite. They like that one.
I like it. That's the first thing when April came down today. I didn't say, "Hey, let's have a great show." Hey, we should have a pretty good one today. It was just, fuck, that shirt looks good. That was the first
I kind of want to
thing.
just fuck the shirt.
Which is kind of like, since I'm the boss, that's technically sexual harassment.
It is.
You have a case.
I could Me Too you.
But I think I'm HR.
No, you deemed right away that I was HR.
Oh, are you?
Because you used to say that if anybody had an issue, that they're going to go to me because you don't have no time to deal with it.
So now, does HR have to kick that up to me and then I have to decide on it?
No, I think I just converse with myself.
HR has autonomy?
Yeah.
Okay. Roots Calhoun says, April looks like a vampire that got bit too young.
I have full disclosure. I ate way too much for supper tonight, and I didn't want to wear pants, so I have a dress on.
She's wearing a dress because of the pants. Michael B says, April, pull an Andrea Yates and be kid-free for the rest of your life. Jesus Christ.
Hey, I love those kids.
He wants you to drown the children in the bathtub.
No.
Your response?
I've trained those kids to not be drowned in a bathtub. Thank you very much.
All her hard work would literally and figuratively go down the drain.
Those are strong kids.
Oh, man. We have, I keep getting these political robocalls from places. Fuck, that's obnoxious. That's like 3 in the last 2 days. From the same number. And I know I'm going to
block the number.
I know I'm going to pick it up and they're going to go, Police Beneficiaries Association asking you for money and shit.
You know who called me when I was grocery shopping yesterday?
Who's that?
BetUS.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
BetUS called me recently, too. They want me to give them a couple more bucks.
I know, and I hadn't heard from them in so long.
When is Oz coming in? Bring back Oz. Well, don't look. We got some ideas.
Just calm down.
We've got some ideas. When is Oz coming in? That's 3 Oz references today. We'll see for the anniversary show. Red Fox Mad says, I'm going to hold my money till Oz comes back. Well, we'll see for the anniversary show on Friday. Alrarick says, I love that Aaron puts effort into prepping a show, getting stories, and having a show outline, but then being able and willing to change on the fly or let a good bit breathe. Well, that's why you prep.
How many good bits did we have this morning? I don't know.
Dude,
if
I was cutting out.
anything.
I was cutting out clips of today's show. At the very least, the first 2.5 hours were the best thing you'll ever listen to. I mean, it was really good.
Anal song parodies.
Anal song parodies, which, by the way, none of that planned or prepared for.
You never, you should plan for that. But.
Just kind of happened. That's why I kind of feel bad about all these guys who all they have is talking about other people. It's like, you guys don't have enough talent or comedic skill in your body to like go with something and have fun with something and do a funny bit. It's like, it's just got to be so miserable to be part of those communities. Stevie J says, Roots, why don't Starving Autist and Nikki Fruit Loops watch Steel Toe? You're their dad and you should tell them to watch. Well, tell them they should watch then.
I'm glad that Roots is at least there for his kids.
Yes, he's at least there for his children. And as a rapper, you would think that wouldn't be the case. But
right.
Roots, there he is.
He goes against the grain.
Samuel with $5 says, don't forget to use those play points. That shirt would look better in yellow. Also, isn't it a tad immodest for a 14-year-old girl? Heil April.
Hey.
Well, I mean,
Excuse
it would be
me?
immodest for a 14-year-old girl. Crunchy Cynicism with $2 says, April, I'm sorry, but you look so scrumptious. All right, well, there we go.
Don't be sorry.
That puts us at 240 for tonight. Keep her going.
Why
Keep
not?
her going. Continuing on here. Aristocock says, if that vest wasn't there, we'd be seeing April's dime-sized nips. Let me see. Dime-sized.
This is a dress. Look.
Eh.
It's a dress, not a vest.
Triple N says, April, did you drown-proof your kids using Navy SEAL training?
Yes.
All right. Magnum DUI says, this show is lame. 6 minutes, no N-word. I'm really sorry.
We've only had 18 in our heads so far.
I'm really, really sorry for that. Oh, man. Citizen M says Z-Man is going down. I agree with Triple N. Z-Man is already down.
Yeah, hasn't he been put to rest for a while?
I don't know what you guys can do about that, really.
That's just a corpse we're kicking around.
Yeah.
It's like Bushkashi.
Yeah, he's the dead goat in Buzkashi that you have to throw in the little hole. No Pen 15 Fathead says, I was listening to this morning's show on my way home from work and was laughing my balls off. Yeah.
It was pretty good.
You
were very funny.
Oh, thank you. You weren't so bad yourself.
Yeah.
Crunchy Cynicism with another $2 says, that's the only way you can top this is by going topless. You see what she did there?
I think we're both close. We don't have anything under our shirts / dresses.
That's kind of what shirts are, is the shirt.
I just meant there's only one layer.
Rusty Grammar, all of the best radio bits come naturally, whether it's you and Oz, April, Johnny, Corey, nothing was forced. It was just a true riff. You got to be careful of that word. Riff is gay. Riff, you don't want a show where they're just riffing. You got to have stuff planned, ready to go, so that if you do decide you're going to riff, man, if it sucks, like all these other shows, they have nowhere else to go. They're just kind of stuck in the riff, and the riff becomes a rut. And You don't want a riff rut, because if you have a riff rut, then your show's no good. No riff ruts. Rut row indeed. All right, guys, let's get into tonight's business. We have so much to talk about, and again, 240 is the number. Don't want to bother you about that tonight, so just keep her coming, and we won't worry about it. Off we go. Everybody throwing in just a little bit at a time makes it good. Lots of stuff to talk about, so I just want to focus on that stuff. Take care of us, will you? I had to show this for the audience because I figured if one of our fans saw it and sent it to me and I didn't discuss it, they would think I was ducking the issue or that I was ashamed or that maybe I was trying to be, what is it, carb evasive, if you will?
You were, evasive, I guess.
Evading carbs.
You were evading carbs.
Somebody made a turkey pretzel, or would this be a pretzel turkey?
A pretzel turkey.
A pretzel turkey. It is a Thanksgiving turkey made entirely out of pretzel. And this was sent to me in the vein of, oh, loaf piggy, eh? What do you think about you use a large pretzel maker. What do you think about a pretzel turkey? Huh?
I just thought you'd love it.
This wouldn't be my thing.
Not even with honey mustard dipping sauce and a knife to carve it up?
Make it nacho cheese and you got yourself a goddamn deal. All right.
Put her there, partner.
But look, I'd be reasonable. I only want a drumstick.
Ooh, see, the drumstick's my least favorite.
See that? I'd start at the bottom of the drumstick and then get here. Started at the bottom, now we here.
That's a very phallic looking one, the left one.
Well, see, now you're making it gay. And I didn't mean it as a gay thing. I just meant it as, a nice turkey and a nice pretzel turkey and nacho cheese dip. That's all, like a gentleman.
I'd really like to carve out a nice piece of that thing's breast. Because I picture it to be soft and doughy.
Oh, sure, the dough on the inside. I understand. Yeah. I get it.
I don't like a crispy pretzel.
Sure. A couple of Philly brothers, well, that's racist, oh, God, I don't want to read this TMZ article.
Where is it?
I can't.
Do you want me to read it?
I don't want to read it. A couple of Philly brothers are flipping the bird this Thanksgiving and possibly sparing some of the dumbest creatures on earth from a death sentence. Brian and Sean Keene, who run the Philly Pretzel Factory, have created a soft pretzel version of the Thanksgiving fowl of choice. With 1.5 pounds of dough, they can replicate the bird in the finest detail. So 1.5 pounds, that's 1.5 pounds pretzel.
Are you still giving me the giblets inside? Can I get little baby
think
pretzels?
The pretzel dough is the guts.
See, I don't know. They said finest detail.
I don't think they're going that deep.
I don't know.
Now, the turkeys are hollowed out and often served as an appetizer with the help of some dip. They're also a great masterpiece. So these aren't actually, they're not even full all the way through. These are just surface pretzels.
I don't want a surface pretzel. Why would you hollow it? Don't you want the gooey, dough?
You'd think, but maybe it's too difficult to bake that way.
Well, that sounds like a quitter to me.
Wow. So you're against it now.
I'm against it.
All
I
right.
was for it.
I'm sorry to wreck this for you.
Now I'll just go make my 13-pound bird
I guess
for
so.
myself.
$20 coming in from Randy K. He says, ban Jake. Hey,
Thank
that's
you.
a great start to the night, man.
Yes.
Thank you very much. 225 is the number. Hop in there. Everybody jump in. The water's fine. 225 is the number for tonight. I bet them fucking... No Pen 15 Fathead says, I bet them fucking engines would still disapprove. He meant it complimentary.
He did.
He
Aw.
meant it in a complimentary fashion. Aaron looks like a doughy, unfinished soft bagel, says Hobo
Ooh.
Chili Recipe.
Oh, you have to be a bagel, I guess, because your name's Aaron.
Hello, Hobo. Good to see you, too. I appreciate all the time and effort that you put into this program, and I wouldn't have you anywhere else but here.
Hey, buddy.
Speaking of anywhere else but here, tonight, the Eagles play the Chiefs.
That's a big game.
Thanks. I don't even want to know how bad it's going to be tonight. Because
the numbers.
that's like, I understand.
Hey, small.
I even said on Twitter today, I said, look, I know it's the biggest football game of the year. I know this is a Super Bowl rematch. I know both teams are at the top of their conferences. If you could throw us a little pity tonight, I'd be totally fine with the pity.
I want to change my stance on this. This is a tiny football game. Doesn't matter. Nobody's going to watch it.
It's fucking huge. Should be checking it out.
I didn't mean to say that.
Producer Robert says, Jake is a good dude. He made a song about me. God, he really, you got to give Jake this. He leans in when he starts liking something.
He leans in. He's prolific. He doesn't give up.
The man works his ass
All
off.
to a detriment.
The man works his ass off, and he tries really hard for everyone.
Yeah, I bet.
We got a couple big things to go through tonight. The pretzel turkey thing was just a stupid thing I wanted to do at the top of the show. We have a sideline reporter who admits that, look, when it comes to the sideline reports, like when the third quarter starts in a football game and they bring the reporter out and she goes, the coach told me that the keys to the game, what they need to do going forward, blah, blah, blah. She admitted that a lot of the times when she does those, total horseshit.
Never talked to anybody.
Completely made it up.
All right.
And I'm thinking to myself, you're this ditzy blonde sideline reporter. No offense. What the fuck do you have to do that? So you have one job.
Yeah, go talk to the damn coach.
You got to look pretty and talk to the coach. That's it. Were you so busy looking pretty during that 20, 25-minute halftime that you couldn't just, get a, hey, coach? Because all the coach is going to do and be like, hey, we need to try harder. We need to, make sure we don't turn the ball over. Like, that's all he's going to say, and then you can give your report.
You know what I think they're busy doing?
What?
Trying to get the attention of the players.
You think so?
Yeah. If they're like a younger hot one, I bet you anything they're trying to like get in the eyes
Let's
of
see.
one of the big players.
Into my 30s now.
Yeah.
Tick, 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 tick. What are we going to do? Hey, boys. So Carissa Thompson was on a podcast, and she wanted to sound cool when she was on the podcast. So she let the host of the show know that when she does some of her sideline reports, total bullshit. Now, a lot of people were upset when they saw this. They thought, oh, my God, this woman, how could she defile the spirit of the game and this, that, and the other thing? Look, my position on sideline reporters is now what it was before I saw this, and that is I don't give a shit. I ignore them when they're on anyway.
I don't think that harshly about it, I suppose. Like, I don't think to myself, oh, I ignore her anyways, but I don't really pay attention because I just kind of figure that the team is in there figuring out whatever they need. So I don't really need to hear from this lady.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if they're going to figure it out, they'll show me.
Yeah, like I can't imagine being incensed and, just going, oh, man, you mean the pretty girl on the sidelines talking about what's coming up in the second half is lying about her reports? How can I trust anyone anymore? My response would be, you were listening to the blonde chick on the sidelines?
Hey.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
She is cute.
Well, here she is. This is Carissa Thompson on that podcast. I actually kind of thought this was funny. I think she's working for Amazon now on Thursday Night Football.
Amazon
is what she's doing, which I think is an NFL network kind of a thing.
I haven't been fired for saying it, but I'll say it again. I would make up the report sometimes because A, the coach wouldn't come out at halftime, or it was too late. And I was like, I didn't want to screw up the report. So I was like, I'm just going to make this up because first of all, no coach is going to get mad if I say, hey, we need to stop hurting ourselves. We need to be better on third down. We need to stop turning the ball
Pressure
over.
the quarterback.
We need, yeah, exactly, and do a better job of getting off the field. Like they're not going to correct me on that.
Right.
So I'm like, it's fine. I'll just make up the report.
It would be very.
It does show you though, like how unnecessary that particular job is.
Yeah, if it rides on like you talking to this person or not to you like making things up, I feel like we could skip it.
If you talking to the person breeds the same thing as you talking to them, then, I hate to ask this question, but why are you here?
Yeah, couldn't we just cut to that big desk full of old dudes, old retired players that are talking about the games around the league?
Yeah. Steve Young, you've had your head bashed in by 19 concussions. What do you think they're going to do in the second half? They're going to try to rush the passer, get off the field on third down, and not turn the ball over. All right, back to the game. Here we go. And we just saved ourselves $150,000 a year by not paying this lady.
I mean, shit.
Perfect.
Isn't that the better option? Actually, probably more interesting.
That's where a girl like her, like a lot of these women, they start feeling themselves and they start thinking, oh, I'm untouchable. They need me, blah, 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 blah. Well, you say something like that, you make your job a lot less valuable when you go up for contract renewal.
Yeah, I feel like you're giving away the game.
You're kind of, I would have hung on to that one.
Till you retire,
Till
right?
I'm done doing the job, right?
For me, I would definitely never say something like that if I were.
Correct me on that.
Right.
So I'm like, it's fine. I'll just make up the report.
It would be very funny if you were like, yeah, so I just spoke with Arthur Smith at halftime, and he said Bijan Robinson blew smoke in his face, and that's why he's not getting the.
God, these podcasts are so unfunny.
Ew.
You had to ad-lib a lie, and you went with that.
Blowing smoke in your face.
Gen Z really will fucking watch anything, won't they? It's
Yes.
frustrating.
They really will.
It's really frustrating.
And somebody out there, like, they like that.
Yeah.
Oh, he blew smoke in his face. Ha.
They're like, oh, these guys are funny. That was stupid. Like if you're going to, hey, you should make something up. And like, yeah, I talked to Arthur Smith at halftime, and he said he's going to kill 13 fans if his team doesn't score at least 2 touchdowns in the second half. He will by hand murder 24 Falcons fans in the stand before they leave, and he will draw their names by ticket stub.
Oh, my God.
And he will murder those 24 people.
Can you imagine if, oh, my God, can you imagine if this country was into population control? Imagine that.
Just go. No, I'm just talking. No, I'm talking about her just faking the report. I'm not saying he actually goes and kills the people.
The thing you said was very funny. Like, what if every game you went to, like, you were subject to being drawn for, like, extinction?
Hi, it's Carissa Thompson. Yeah, guys, I talked to Kevin O'Connell during the break, and he said he felt his team was really uptight, and he felt like they really needed to loosen up. So he had everybody whacking off in the middle of the locker room, openly in front of each other, and they all came at the same time, and they're ready to come out and really dominate this second half. Carissa, did he really say that? No, I couldn't get a hold of Kevin, Chuck, and I just really wanted a good story, that's all.
Oh, the old men roll their eyes at her.
I just thought a circle jerk in the locker room sounded a lot more interesting than, oh, we got to put pressure on the quarterback and make sure we don't turn the ball over.
It is a team effort.
Mr. Q says, Aaron, your boobs don't look as good as Chrissy's, especially now that she's with child. Well, I still wore my Chrissy Mayer shirt, even if my tits don't look as good.
She remarked on her tits tonight on the Anthony Cumia show.
And what were her what was her take on her tits?
She said out of nowhere, she's like, wow, my tits really look big today. She must have like seen herself on a screen or something. She's like, I'm already up a cup size and I'm not even halfway through this thing.
Matt Field says, your shirt's all fucked up and you talk like is all I hear from Zoomers. Oh, your shit's all, oh no, I think you meant this one, buddy. I think you meant,
you talk like a fag and your shit's all retarded.
I think that's what you meant.
That one.
For the Zoomers. Aaron has great tits, says No Pen 15 Fathead. Thank you, buddy. That's very kind of you. Yeah, I don't really think it's a revelation that Carissa Thompson fakes the reports.
No, I mean, did that like become unsexy for anyone now? I feel like that's
I'll never watch Carissa Thompson again. You know, I really trusted her to give me the straight dish on what's going on in the sideline.
I bet Aaron Andrews wouldn't do that.
Aaron Andrews would never just make shit up.
Yeah, right.
Now this has to be her new gimmick. She just has to tell bigger and bigger lies every weekend.
Yeah.
Carissa, what's going on down on the field? Well, I talked to Bill Belichick, and he told me, quote, fuck all these people. I ain't coming out for the second half. Carissa, he's standing right down there on the 50. Yeah, he said he's not coming out. Carissa, he's right there. Said, fuck you guys. Just, guys, that's just what he said to me. See, it's written down right here on the sheet. Nothing I can do.
The coach says that we'd be a better football team if half the team would show up on time, but they just won't.
Oh,
They can't help it.
Lisa Marie says, April, you look very pretty in your festive Thanksgiving color dress.
Thank you.
There you go. Let's go take a look at Chrissy's tits from today. Actually, we might not be able to see them. They might not have that show up.
It should be.
Is Wet Spot still live?
I don't know. But you can definitely see your tits on Wet Spot.
Oh, no, I don't think Wet Spot's on right now. They must have gone off the air. No more Wet Spot with Chrissy Mayer.
I thought Wet Spot's on right now.
I thought it was too. Oh, no,
That's
they do
the
have.
one.
Okay, good. They have today's episode up. Here, let's see if these.
But I remember I was just so shocked. I'm
She
like,
doesn't
God,
even
you're
have her
really-
tits
I know,
out.
You're really
She
selling
doesn't-
a show.
She leaned
Just
back and her
that,
tits
you
were
know,
like out
Be
here.
on adult.
Waiting for more people.
We're not. We're gonna go forward.
Us on, the consumer.
Yeah, we can't even see your tit. Oh,
fan base, which are they're used to just propaganda and brainwashing,
Yeah.
and not actually seeing how the policy.
yeah, she's wearing very.
She's trying to hide them almost because she's
Yeah.
like, my tits are so big, they're just out there now.
One difference between Chrissy and myself. I show my tits.
Do you wish that she would show hers off more?
I'm not saying any. Look, I'm not going to tell anybody else what they can do with their body. I'm just saying the bravery that I show on a daily basis.
I'm literally trying to show mine off, and there's nothing to be
Well,
had. Look at this.
What I'm saying is, I'm brave enough to show my body,
You
even
are.
with the criticism.
You are brave.
I'm a brave man. Dr. Climate Abortion with $5 says, quick question about Dobbs. What stage of cancer is he receiving chemotherapy for? And what are his odds of remission? I believe he's an alopecia guy, so you better be careful or Will Smith will smack the shit out of you.
He keep Dobbs' name out your fucking mouth.
Will Smith doesn't go for alopecia jokes.
Uh,
and he likes fucking dudes from what I hear, so he might be really defensive.
I told Aaron last night that all the men on the Vikings team should wax all their facial hair off and shave their heads in support of him.
Just everybody go with the alopecia look.
That would be very alopecia chic.
Alopecia chic, I believe is what they call it. $220 is the number. Thank you, Dr. Climate Abortion. Keep that going. PayPal, Venmo, and Streamlabs. If you guys are feeling generous, we have 2 evening show goals to knock out yet this week, and we have 1 more morning show goal to knock out. So let's all do that and call it a happy day here on Steel Toe. Go Bananas. I want to dig into this. This one's going to take a little bit of time.
All right.
This is Lana Rhodes and Kevin Durant.
Is it my birthday?
Well, I got this. This is not going to help the ROTC did it first crowd much at all. This is actually going to hurt my standing with the ROTC did it first guys.
Mm-hmm.
This was actually sent to me not sent to me. This was tweeted by Royce Lopez.
Okay.
Oh no. Somebody made that's not good. Somebody put my face on Patrick Melton's body and has a loaf of bread and a bowl of queso with my face on it. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, that is
That's not fair.
off-putting.
How'd they get a shirtless picture of Melton? I don't understand how you do that.
How do you move like that?
Actually,
I just
that's
picture that when you get up, everything just.
everything but my face on it is actually a real picture taken from inside the house.
You're fucking lying.
Everything but my face. Yeah, that was him.
Ick.
He calls that breakfast.
Oh
Can't help
man,
it.
you gotta cut back.
He says the cheese dip warms up so well in the morning. I
What,
don't know what
between
that
his
means.
folds?
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but
That's
that
nauseating.
was a real picture. What can I say?
You looked very slim up top.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I wasn't having a fat face day that day, apparently. This is actually a very, I don't know if the word is inspiring. This is actually a very fun story, this Lana Rhodes thing, because it's a dumb bimbo whore getting treated like a dumb bimbo whore and then acting like the guy who treated her like a dumb bimbo whore is somehow some kind of bad guy. I don't understand how you can be this thing. Man, this is one thing I hate about some porn chicks. I don't care if you do porn. I don't have this weird Christian stick up my ass like Alex Stein does when it comes to pornography. I don't know. I don't know where, like, being gay about porn all of a sudden became a Chad move, like a Chad thing. Like you were alpha if you think, ew, icky, porn, she's a whore. Who cares? She's a plaything for people.
She's fun.
You don't have to worry about it. So what I don't like are the Lana Rhodes types and the Mia Khalifa types who do pornography, become famous from pornography, and then act like they got where they are by hard work and sacrifice, and they never did porn once in their life. They never took a cum shot. They never drank piss, nothing. They act like porn. No, we took the Men in Black neuralizer to everybody, and we just erased that part of our history out. So we're just famous for being really hardworking boss ladies.
Yeah, I just got here naturally.
Yeah, I'm just
organically.
Really fucking talented, and people wanted to hear all the vapid thoughts in my pretty head. So what happened was Lana Rhodes was a very famous porn star. And then she found out that once you quit doing porn, they don't just remove all the porn you've ever done off the internet. They keep it there, and she did aggressive shit.
Look.
Like nightmare stuff.
She took some dick.
She took every fluid there is, every body part there is, munched some ass, got her ass munched.
What? She likes eating salad.
A literal butt munch. Literal butt munch.
This pretty face.
So now Lana Rhodes tells a story where basketball player Kevin Durant asked her out. And then she got mad when this guy apparently asked her out, but then asked a bunch of other girls out. This girl whom, Kevin Durant only knows because she's very liberal with taking dick from her porn days. She thought that Kevin Durant was going to treat her like a lady and want to court her for a relationship. And he didn't want to be a 6'8" basketball player who just wanted to fuck her.
He definitely has whacked it to you time and time again. Right. And he's like, look, I'm rich and famous now. I want to actually fuck you.
Right. So this Kevin Durant, Lana Rhodes thing I thought was really, really funny to watch her be so emotional and so surprised. Again, these porn chicks forget where they came from. And then they act surprised when a guy treats them like a porn chick.
Oh, honey. Poor thing.
Lana Rhodes exposed one of the NBA champions. Really? Did
and
she?
so this is not the first time that this has happened to me, where I've been invited on a date or to hang out, and they also invite a backup option.
No way, really?
They want 2 for the price of 1.
You mean this isn't the first time you've been treated like a dime store skank? I don't believe it. See, now, if Alex wanted to lean in and go after her for talking like this, that would be fine.
That's acceptable. Yeah, she's being stupid.
That's totally
to
fine.
Her.
But, just someone doing porn and be like, yeah, I do porn. I take a lot of dick. What are you going to do? I feel like that's a very honest thing to be.
I like how if a man like Kevin Durant was watching her say this, like another NBA player, let's say, he'd be like, well, yeah, of course you bring a backup chick.
Of course I brought a backup option. You're a porn chick. What if you're utterly retarded and no fun to hang out with?
What if you have
Which,
a mental
by
breakdown?
the way, is a damn near certainty. Yeah. What if you start thinking about your dad in the middle of dinner and you start crying all over the food?
Yeah.
I got to have somebody else there that I can talk to.
My food is salty enough.
Right. The player asked her out on a date. Wait a minute. You're saying that this woman here thought that Kevin Durant, multi-millionaire basketball player, one of the best of his era, you mean that he didn't look at this and see it as take you out on a nice date, wifey type material? Oh, man, I tell you what, Lana, you know what, honey? He's the one missing out.
He didn't want to meet your mother today?
Fucking
maybe to fuck her.
You mean he watched that gangbang video you did and he didn't think, you know what, I wonder if she'll be my date to my cousin's wedding? I can't believe it. To break her heart. Oh, she's a porn star.
Look at her.
She's a porn star. She's used to crying.
Yeah.
Lana went to a Kevin Durant game.
So I got invited to the game, and they put my friends up in the nice sky booth.
Right, and you know why they put you up in the nice VIP booth?
Because you're hot chicks and they want to fuck?
They wanted to set the players up with girls to fuck.
Yeah.
Remember in Django after the Mandingo fight?
Mm-hmm.
And they said, send a nice pony up to lick Fred's pole?
Yeah.
Because he put in a good effort. NBA owners are modern slave owners.
It's no different.
It's no different. All of these NBA owners, remember that Sterling, the guy who owned the Clippers? And he told his girlfriend, like his 25-year-old girlfriend, like, look, you can fuck all the black guys you want. I get it. I'm an old billionaire. Just don't take pictures with them and don't go to basketball games with them. Okay. And then he got like ridden out of the NBA because you're not supposed to say that shit out loud.
No, not really.
Which actually is a very open-minded, self-aware approach of that owner. He's like,
Sure.
look, I'm an 80-year-old man. I know you don't want to fuck me. You can go ahead and fuck black basketball players all you want, but don't be seen with them. It humiliates me. He's not wrong.
I've never considered the fact that like coaches do treat their players that
Yes.
way, like modern day slavers.
They do. I mean, you get millions of dollars, and that part's nice.
And the hot women.
Right, but yeah, they put the women up in the Lana, they put you up in the VIP booth, A, because they know you'll spread your legs. They know you'll fuck one of the basketball players.
Sure.
And they like to keep the players happy. And these are 23, 24-year-old men with millions of dollars in their pocket. They only want to do one thing after the game. Fuck.
They want to blow loads.
They just want to shoot loads. Why do you think there's a lot of basketball players out there with fucking 7 kids from 5 women?
Yeah, what's that really young one that fucked the porn star and she's knocked up now?
Oh, Zion Williamson.
Zion Williamson.
Yeah.
That poor kid got real caught up.
Zion
didn't he?
Williamson's a great example.
Oh, no.
The NBA treated her like a queen. But her date wasn't much of a gentleman. You know, fuck you.
Can't you just feel lucky that you got to fuck Kevin Durant?
No, it didn't get that far. You'll see here. Just stay
Oh.
with him. When the game ended, Lana went out to dinner with the basketball star. Oh, did he have a big ball of spaghetti?
We all met up with them after. What did we have, like 5, 6 girls?
So it wasn't a date at all.
No, this is
You
a
and your
dinner.
5 or 6 friends went out to dinner with a basketball player, and you saw dollar signs and dick. God.
Miles of both.
You know, I fucking had it with these pretty broads who get to just trash the shit out of these really rich, important guys. And they get to do it with impunity because none of these simps are willing to look at him and go, would you fucking act right? Would you behave yourself? Let's be honest. Don't sit there and go, I'm heartbroken because he didn't treat me right. If he would have dicked you down and hosed you down like it was your old office, you would have been totally fine with the experience.
Can we just be thankful for a second?
Lana, he invited a porn star out. I know you say you're not a porn star anymore, but I'm saying from his perspective. He invited a porn star out, and he found you boring. Why do you think he invited 6 of you out? Because he knew hot porn chicks sometimes aren't the best conversationalists.
He wanted the pick of the litter for later.
Right. And the dinner wasn't what she had expected.
And we all went to dinner after. But something super interesting happened to me.
I doubt it, but
Wow,
go ahead.
I can't imagine.
Even if they weren't alone during their date, Lana wanted to use this chance to get to know Kevin better. That's not what a dinner with 7 people is for, you selfish hoe bag.
Can't you just have fun?
God
Can't you
damn.
just eat the food and talk?
You wanted the millionaire black basketball player to raise your kid with you. Just be honest. You have a baby, you want him to help raise your kid now, and you thought that guess what? Millionaire basketball players, they don't marry women with a baby daddy that ran. They don't marry the porn chick with the baby daddy.
Right, washed out of porn, actually.
Yeah, they don't do that, Lana.
Sorry.
God, I hate that she went in there with a fucking nefarious plot and it didn't work. So now she's going to cry victim.
Mm-hmm.
7 of us went out. 7, Aaron. 7's like that, not like
7.
this. 7 chipmunks twirling on a branch, eating lots of sunflowers on my uncle's ranch. You know that old children's tale from the sea? You're eating gorgonzola cheese when it's clearly brie time, baby. Step into my office.
Why?
Because you're fucking fired.
Damn it.
So anyway, he brings 6 women with him to make it 7 total. 6 plus 1 is 7.
Very good.
Thank you. And then when he brings these 7 women out, one of them goes, I'm going to try and barge in and get to know him better. Bitch, that ain't what this is about. He's going to get fucked up with you and then pick one.
So we're all going to the restaurant. I had 6 friends with me.
Despite it being 6 people in the car and not being as comfortable as they could wish, there were still 2 empty seats inside
This is too dramatic.
that soon were taken by 2 other women.
Ugh.
The group was driving down the highway. So wait a minute. A basketball player invited 8 or 9 women out with him, and you expected what out of this?
Don't you think there's just a level of notoriety he wants as an NBA player, like one of the most famous ones, to have a harem of hot chicks around him
Right, she's
all night?
insufferable.
It's not about you.
The lack of self-awareness and situational awareness that this woman has. Like, even with the porn stuff, she's like, but I want to be respected for this. Nobody respected you in the first place.
No, and he literally just wants to have hot women around him at the club later. That's it.
People watch me fucking jack off to me. I'll start a podcast. I bet you I'll make a bunch of money. But you won't. Now, she has an OnlyFans. She has to, right?
No idea.
So
I'm
she
sure.
she didn't get out of porn with both feet. She just wanted to control her porn.
She's still making videos with like her friends. Like,
Yeah.
remember The Farmer's Daughter? We looked at
Sure.
a few weeks ago.
Yeah. When the car stopped, oh, so sad, the music. And no one knew why they did.
Why do they make
And so then we
videos?
stopped somewhere and we're like, what the is going on?
2 girls were walking towards the car,
Ugh.
but the group didn't pay much attention until one of them opened the door. Get the fuck out. This is a carjacking. God damn, I can't take this music.
Yeah, this is
Lana
bad.
finally understood what was happening.
So 2 more girls in the car. We all go to dinner.
When they got to the restaurant, Lana looked for her date. He wasn't your date.
Who is making this video thinking that she's a victim here?
Oh
This is
my
terrible.
God, this is brutally bad.
This is bad.
He wasn't your date. He invited a bunch of hoes out to party with him. You were, and by the way, I bet you everyone else in that group knew their role. They're
They were
like,
probably
oh,
having fun.
yeah, we're a bunch of hoes hanging out with Kevin Durant.
You know what I would do if I were in that situation? Be like, how do we live this up with Kevin Durant
Right.
tonight?
Have a good time.
What's the best time I can have? That's
You mean
it.
the girl that did 7-on-1 gangbangs and now has a kid and spreads her asshole on OnlyFans? You mean that Kevin Durant doesn't want to wife her up? I tell you, these basketball players are just mean and they victimize these poor women. But I thought you were bad bitches. Which one is it? Are you just a poor little victim who got played because you're stupid?
Maybe.
Or are you all bad bitches? I can't keep it straight because one day you're a bad bitch. The other day, me just little stupid girl and the big dumb basketball player tricked me at dinner.
I do kind of resent her because she really was like the porn chick until she was pregnant. And then she wouldn't even tell anyone who's the dad or anything. And then she's like, don't have porn around my kid. I don't want my kid to see it. And then she still makes porns. And then she's complaining about a dinner date.
In fairness, she probably didn't know yet.
Do you think she knows now?
She has an idea. There's an episode of Maury I've heard that is going to clear the whole thing up.
Okay.
I sat next to the guy that invited me, and then y'all just sort of like sat around on my side, and then there's
And the 2 strangers sat with them. Okay. Turns out Kevin not only asked Lana out
Oh,
with his friends to a restaurant. So all his
Even
buddies,
better.
he was hooking his buddies up with pussy.
I was going to say even better because now you kind of get the pick of the litter who you want to give attention
Yeah.
to as well.
Honey, are you this dumb? This is how the game goes. He brings his boys out. I mean, you've seen it on like every sports movie or every TV show about sports. Every guy has a crew of his friends, and the crew of his friends are happy because they're like, yeah, I always get the scraps.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever boss man doesn't want, I get pussy.
Because even the scraps are good.
Right.
the guy who invited me also invited one of the other girls.
Right. Kevin not only asked the girl to come to spend a nice evening, but for an ugly reason. Oh, God. Here we go. The girls were there in case Lana refused.
And so this is not the first time that this has happened to me, where I've been invited on a date or like to hang out, and they also invite like a backup option.
Wow, it's almost like you should stop chasing pro athletes, you jersey chasing hoe.
Not only that, but is that not what you signed up for when you became a porn star? Didn't you sign up for being seen now as a sex person? Didn't you sign up for that a little bit? You're not seen as that nice chick that, oh, gee, golly gosh, I really want to call this girl up and take her to dinner because I'm just really interested in her as a human being. no, you're a snatch and he wants to have some sex and you're a porn chick.
If Kevin Durant wanted a nice quiet evening out with a lady, he would have asked someone from church.
Yeah.
Or maybe the marketing executive from the Suns or wherever he's playing now.
Or a sideline reporter.
Lana, the things you do for a living follow you.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant doesn't respect you.
Nobody's going to see a chick like Lana Rhodes, and this isn't to like an insult, but like no one's going to see you as the nice girl.
Yeah.
You're the sex option.
He invited those other girls for this reason, Lana. He was going to go, hey, porn girl, we fucking? And she's like, well, no, I thought we'd get to know. Oh, cool. Hey, stripper, we fucking? Yeah. All right, let's go.
Exactly.
And you're like, I thought he wanted to get to know me better. That ain't his fault. Never once did he say, hey, let's go out to dinner, just me and you, so we can hang out and talk. I'm really interested to hear your thoughts and aspirations for your future.
I actually think you showing up with 7 other girls means that it was just for sex, right?
Right.
It'd be a lot different if it was just you when you got there.
After a while, Lana left, not because her heart was broken, but because she realized she and the basketball player had nothing in common. Oh, really? You mean
You found somehow the most vapid slag in all of the internet.
Isn't she the worst?
I really don't. Wow.
And
really
the audacity to act like people should have any kind of sympathy for her.
No, I hate whoever made this video for her as well. Like,
I'm like, oh, what's your favorite this? What's that? What's your opinion on this? And he's like, I don't have opinions on anything. I don't have favorite anythings.
he doesn't want to share that with you.
How did you not take? I mean, first of all, it shouldn't even have gotten to that point before you took a hint. But him saying, I don't have favorite anythings. I don't have opinions on anything. You're there to fuck. And he's looking to see if you're going to or if he's just going to move on.
He does have favorite everythings.
Right.
It's just not for you.
He just doesn't want to share those things with the likes of you. That's it. That's all it is.
Can't you just, like I started with, can't you just be thankful that you got invited out by a rich person to some dinner? Couldn't you?
Yeah.
Couldn't you just have a good night?
Exactly. Hobo chili recipe with $4.99 says, April, what is this fucking shirt? Is this from Susan Summers' collection at the Regal Beagle? You look like one Jack Tripper's body count.
It's a dress. Get it right.
Yeah. See? I think she got you, Hobo.
I don't get it. Like, I guess they can't see anything lower.
Low Mind Comp says Durant didn't want to be tunnel buddies with half the NBA. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to chase basketball players and you're going to run after them, you're going to get treated like a girl who chases basketball players.
I'm willing to bet a basketball player's not going to just randomly message you out of the blue, by the way. Like, if they're actually into messaging with a chick, I'm sure they ran into her somewhere or met her at a party. Like, they're not just going to reach out to the random stripper porn girl. Right?
Right.
Like, that's about as likely, in my opinion, as them reaching out to me out of nowhere.
Papa Dan says, me and the boys was wondering if we could go family style. Yeah, right? That's more what the conversation would be.
Yeah.
D. Gulag says she's cute, but she looks like her feet stink. I just get that feeling.
Yeah.
Triple N says, and let me guess, she refused and the backup was a smart idea. Right, if anything, Kevin Durant looks like a genius.
He kind of does. You know why? He's probably done it before, and he probably went home with blue balls that night, and he's like, never again.
Never again. I'm not inviting these porn girls who all of a sudden get an attack of conscience and want a man all of a sudden. I'm inviting a backup.
Wow, and you go to the NBA guy for a man. I don't know.
Porn star victims are worst victims, says Bree S. They're not even victims. That's the worst part. She's not a victim. She didn't do, she wasn't wronged or anything like that. This guy invited like 8 girls out. And then you sat there, you dummy, and you tried to have a date with him. Hey, what's your opinion on this? I would look around and I would go, hey, could you do me a favor? Look that way. Now scan the room and look that way. At what point in any of this did you think that we were going to sit here and talk about our feelings and our thoughts and our opinions on matters?
I like the immediate, childish questions too. Oh my God, what's your favorite color? Just
What are we, speed dating, bitch?
That does sound like speed dating.
Alric says Durant shares opinions with the hoe. Then she exposes him for having the wrong opinion about blank on Twitter. That's the other thing, too. He's learned in his years as a basketball player not to tell these women anything because they'll fucking blab on Instagram or blab on Twitter.
Just don't talk too much. Oh, yeah. Eat the expensive food. Go to the expensive club and drink the drinks. All of it.
Nebo says it really is funny to see how a woman reacts to men that aren't simps and have their own shit going on. Exactly. She's like, but wait a minute. Everyone else I've ever dealt with is just, we've gotten to know each other. No, everyone's just fucked you and left you, and you're wondering why, but you don't change anything about yourself.
You've been ran through.
Right.
Fuck.
Lo Mein Kampf says, I've seen nicer nips above Pearl Harbor in 41 than under April's blouse. Oh, my goodness. Why would you say such things?
You know what? I'm sure they are terrible.
Loaded Wrench says, Aaron looks like he's in a Weezer cover band. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that insult is.
I don't know, but did you scratch Chrissy's forehead?
What do you mean? Oh, wow.
What'd you do?
I ripped my Chrissy shirt off. Or not ripped it, but I scuffed the paint.
You aggressively rubbed her face shirt.
Son of a bitch, man. Tell you what. Well, look, good for Lana Rhodes. I'm so glad she bravely stood up for groupie hoes everywhere and let all these groupie hoes know where the lines are and what you should and shouldn't put up with. I mean, thank God. Greasy N-word with $5 over on Rumble says,
Thank you.
If these fucking hoes keep flapping their loose labia lips, the high-class, low-value hooer economy is going to crash. You think the next time someone wants to fuck, they're going to call you ho?
That was going to be my next comment. You know what fun prize she gets? Not an invitation out.
Right.
Ever again.
After that, yeah, people aren't going to call her again.
Word's going to get around, too, like through the NBA. Like, these guys are going to be like, look, this bitch cries if you don't, like, wife her up.
You might get, like, the seventh man on the bench, like the white point guard, but, like, all you're going to do is, like, go to a slow-pitch softball game that his cousin's in,
Beer league?
Yeah. That's no fun. Are you going to go to a Marvel movie? I don't know.
Ooh, maybe they'll go to the Napoleon movie.
Oh, I'm excited about that for sure.
Yeah.
Low Mind Comp says Aaron's grandfather was in the bread hall putsch. Wait, don't you mean beer hall putsch? I don't mean to correct you, or did you mean what you said? Fallen the Great with $2 says, April, cover your mouth and scream, get over here.
Do I have to?
He wants you to be like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
I've never seen it before, but okay. Get over here. It's as gravelly as I can get.
It's not the best.
I can't get gravel. There's no gravel here.
Michael B says, the worse the economy gets, the cheaper the whores get. Rejoice. Well, I guess.
Rejoice.
Yeah, but inflation's real for them too,
That's true, and they got kids to raise.
Yeah, exactly. From many different people.
Many people.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much for the $2. Thank you, Greasy, for the 5. 215 is the number tonight. Let's get going after it, guys. PayPal, Streamlabs, and Venmo empty. Let's go ahead and knock this thing out. It's a short week, so let's make it a successful one. 215 away. Let's hammer away. Let's see, but just hitting refresh here. Yeah, I think, PayPal, Streamlabs, and Venmo totally empty. Let's knock it out tonight and call it a success. All right, Lana Rhodes taken care of now. Also, I got a text from Johnny a second ago. Still having some stomach issues and whatnot. He's going to keep me up to date on tomorrow morning as well. So,
okay.
Johnny just not feeling very well.
Well, if he keeps this up, he's going to end up here on Friday.
Kyle says, what the fuck size is that shirt, Aaron? You look like a Boy Scout's corpse. I think this is a large. This is one size too small for me. Yeah. I think we said when we looked at it.
The tag's gone. I ripped the tag off. It was one of them pesky, like, papery ones.
Yeah, it was a long one. Yeah, it's a large. I remember when April brought him home, but this was a large. So it is one size smaller than my normal stuff. It's fine.
Something to strive for.
Don't make me feel like shit. I mean, I'm already getting my ass kicked. We're almost to the halfway point. We're not under $200. I mean, Jesus. Don't make me feel all the way shitty, guys. Also, I think last I saw it was 7-7 between the Chiefs and the Eagles.
Oh, okay.
So it's a 7-7 game.
It's a barn burner.
Oh, man. Even MSO is smiling big. I don't want to miss on an evening show. That always makes me go to bed all pissed off and shit.
Yeah,
I hate
I don't
that.
need that.
This I love. They will not give this thing up. This is why I thought they should have never changed the name of the Cleveland Indians or the Washington Redskins. It's like,
Nope.
this doesn't stop anything. And you'd think after years and years of going through this stuff, of people getting pissed off, and I just want you to change this. I only want you to change this. The North Dakota Fighting Sioux was another one that they changed. And they thought, oh, this'll get everybody off our back.
I loved that name. I almost went there, and that was a big deal.
Fighting Sioux is a cool name for a team.
It's very cool. It honors your tribes usually. It's not hurting anyone.
Well, now in Massachusetts, they want all 23 schools in the state that have Native American names to get rid of them. In fact, lawmakers are considering a bill. They want to make it a law that you can't have Native American names in your school for your mascots. I can't think of at a time where states and the country in general are struggling, I can't think of a bigger waste of time than going, hey, we're going to ban Native American mascots. As if, let's say you get that passed, every Native American in Massachusetts is going to go, well, our problems are over.
Right? Our alcoholism's cured.
We've got it all taken care of now. I mean, thank God. You know, life was going so great for us Native Americans, but we had this one issue left, and it was what a bunch of drunk 18-year-olds call themselves at a football game. And now that we've got that all taken care of, God damn it, we can move forward.
Think of the cost this is going to incur as well, because you have to rebrand everything.
Right.
For 23 schools, you guys.
Yeah, taxpayers are going to have to change all the logos. They're going to have to change all the gym floors and all of that stuff.
Oh, God. Do you know, I toured UND, the Fighting Sioux, and their hockey rink and everything, and it has that emblem on everything, every single seat in there. And when they changed their name to the Fighting Hawks or whatever it was, they weren't going to rebrand their hockey rink for the longest time because it would just cost too much.
Right. Nebo says it. He goes, racism solved, boys. We did it. Hey!
Thanks.
We nailed it. By the way, our new David Chandler, Sid Seraph, with $50.
Jesus Christ, man.
Thank you very much, buddy.
Thank
Very
you.
kind of you. The whale is here for the evening. 165 is now the number. That means the rest of you, hammer that shit out. Make me not worried.
Pick Sid up.
That helps a lot, though. Thank you very much, Sid. So we are under that magic 200 number by the halfway point. 165, Streamlabs, PayPal, Super Chats, memberships, Venmo, all that stuff. Go ahead and click one of the links and throw a couple of bucks in, or become a member or gift some memberships. And then you can get our members-only show, which was a doozy on Sunday. I really liked it. So here we go. Let's get the news on this banning of the Native American nicknames.
State of Massachusetts looking to kind of get rid of the mascots that have any reference to Native Americans.
Right, so taking this decision away from districts. We have Cal Domowski. He's live for us again in Seekonk. Hey, Cal.
Okay, so now my problem with this is that it just has to reference Native Americans.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to know how the goalposts move in real time, we have an example for you. Redskins had to go, and people went, this is why even if the name's offensive, you can never change it. Because you give an inch, they'll take a mile.
Yes.
If you were dealing with honest, decent people, and they said, this is just really racist, this offends me, I want you to change it. And you go, you know what? You're an honest, decent person. I'll change it if it upsets you. Our goal wasn't to upset anyone. It was something from a long time ago.
I
There you
can
go.
see how you got there.
Right. If that was it and that was the end of it, then okay, cool. Change the name. But it's not, you have to understand, it was cultural Marxists. It was like crazy hippie lefty people who were white people who were bitching to change the name Redskins. Native Americans didn't give a shit because it's like we always say, they've got their own shit going on. They don't care about a football team. But we changed it. Well, the NFL kind of made them change it.
But
the
then-
government made them change it. The government took away their trademark. So what you had to do with the Redskins thing, in my opinion, was go, hey, look, I know some of you find this offensive, but I can't afford to give a shit because the people we're dealing with are not honest. They're not decent people. They're just going to use this to beat us over the head with it the next time they want something, and we're going to have to capitulate again and again and again. So what they should have done is dug their feet in like they had for years already and gone, fuck you, we're not changing the name.
The bar gets lowered every single time.
Right. So with the Redskins, it was, well, Redskins is a slur. That's not nice. But now this Massachusetts bill, even referencing Seminoles or Cherokee or Chippewa or anything like that, well, that's got to go too. Now, how is that offensive to Native Americans, keeping their name and their tribal name in your school's mascot?
It's not offensive. People, usually white people, need something to be worked up about and up in arms so they can have a purpose. And these names have lasted and worked since these schools opened.
Right.
And nobody's been harmed by the name of this school.
It's just an example of, you can get mad at people for not changing with the times. You can get mad at people, but when you are so dishonest and you're so nefarious that every time someone bends, instead of you going, hey, I'm glad we could work that out together, I'm glad we could compromise, you go, full speed ahead, fuck them up. It's like they surrender and then you slaughter them. Mm-hmm. And then you wonder why the next group of people don't surrender but go, fuck you, we're not changing anything.
Now we're angry.
Right. So now you've created this atmosphere where nobody wants to change anything, and you go, okay, well, then we'll use the government to make you change. And you think that's going to make you like them? Guys, everyone hates your guts.
You've hit the nail on the head. When you start making people change something that's been innocent and fine forever, they're so distrusting of you going forward that you're going to stop at the next thing. Oh, it's just this one more thing I want to tweak and change. It's just that.
But then again, those people don't care because they just want to force you to do it anyway. They don't care if you comply. They'll make you.
Yeah, good evening, guys. Yeah, this bill has been tried before, but has been unsuccessful. However, if one of those bills does make it to the finish line this time around, about 23 Massachusetts public schools, including Seekonk, could be in the market for new nicknames and or logos.
Now, in fairness to Seekonk, if they change their name, you got a lot of options off the name Seekonk.
What is a Seekonk?
The Seekonk cunts. That actually sounds nice. That rolls together very well.
If you had one more K in there, Ski-Konk.
Ski-Konk. Kodiak Bears. The Ski-Konk Kodiaks.
A bill to ban Native American mascots taking center stage in Massachusetts. Practically identical bills introduced in both the House and Senate would ban public schools in the Commonwealth from using names, logos, or a mascot that, quote, refers to, represents...
Hey, don't use the term warriors. That's insensitive.
Look at what that says. Refers or represents Native Americans. Aren't we all about representation in this country of ours?
Well, no, you have to represent them the way that one particular group that claims to speak for them wants them to be represented. Otherwise, you're racist.
I bet there's people in these tribes that are like, oh, nobody really remembers our tribes and our history anymore. It'd kind of be nice.
No. That's not some of them. They've done polling on this.
Yeah.
It's the overwhelming majority of them. They like being honored. They enjoy it. I shouldn't say they like being honored or they enjoy it. At the very least, they don't give a shit.
They're indifferent. I was being conservative.
They don't want it changed at all. It's these activist people who want it changed.
Right,
and
white people.
They've really done a great job of bitching so loudly that people change the name just to shut them up. But the big error they're committing there is that they're not going to shut up.
No.
You're not going to appease these people. They're, if I may, because they're going to, you know what? I'm a talk show host. I'm not a fucking politician. I can say this. They're like Adolf Hitler. You know, when you gave Adolf Hitler the Sudetenland, he took all of Czechoslovakia. When he wanted a little piece of the Rhineland, he took all of Austria. Okay? These people approach things the same way Adolf Hitler did. Show weakness, we'll take the whole thing. So hey, Redskins is really offensive. That's like the N-word for Native Americans, even though like one group made that up and, Native Americans never said that en masse, but okay. We'll change that for you because we feel like that's what your complaint is and that's what you want. And then they go, oh, really? Well, then we're taking all the Native American nicknames. And here you are going, wait, I thought we had a deal. And they're like, yeah, you thought wrong, bitch. And then they just go after everything else.
Okay, but then I kind of need the tribes to voice their displeasure with this.
But no, that's not their fucking job. Again, like we said about the tribes before, they got their own shit going on. Fine. They don't need to be bothered with this shit. So just as the school, dig your heels in and go, how about you go fuck yourself and leave us alone? And if you do that enough, they will go away. You just have to do it a lot. It's annoying, but you got to do it.
I worry sometimes that it's the school boards that do this. It's not people around the school, like parents or students all the time. It's people on the school board that one time decide, hey, this is really offensive. We should change it.
Well, no, in this case, it's the government. It's a bill being proposed. So the school just has to say, no, we're good, thanks.
Or is associated with Native Americans. That includes other aspects of Native American culture and anything that denigrates race, religion, ethnicity, or gender.
Oh, great. So now the New Hill N-words are going to have to change their name. Well, there goes tradition.
Gender, too?
Yeah.
What are we doing
Well,
here?
I tell you, the Tonkerville trannies are going to have a hell of a time.
Trannies.
I mean, they just wanted to honor car transmissions, and now all of a sudden it's a big misunderstanding.
Sponsors from both chambers say it ties into education.
Hey, look at the two women who are proposing the bills. Go back a little bit here. Where is it? Where's the screenshot of the two of them? I got to get the side by side.
Right
Here we
there.
go. Hey, look at the two people proposing to stop using Native American nickname bills. I believe that's a fat white lady and a black lady.
I don't see Native American present.
I don't see.
This,
Wouldn't it be funny if they both
lady-
went, well, she would be here, but she's passed out drunk.
the lady on the left's going to be like, I'm like 1/12 Seminole.
Oh, they're both part Cherokee, believe me.
It ties into education.
We have these mascots that have imagery that depicts a whole people group as caricatures that take away from the self-esteem and the self-efficacy of the student.
Yeah, you see that logo there? I'm sure Native Americans see that called a warrior, and they think, yeah, that guy looks like a piece of shit. He makes me look like an asshole.
That is honestly so fucked up. I like logos like that. I think it's very cool to like honor something historical.
Yeah, like a fighting warrior.
A warrior.
Yeah.
That would make me feel cool to wear that, honestly.
It certainly does not aid in their ability to ascertain their learning.
And falls on the state to address civil rights.
Native Americans, who are our constituents, our neighbors, are calling us to really look at the way in which especially offensive or denigrating mascots or portrayal.
But you only listen to the ones that confirm what you already want to do. You don't listen to the... First of all, the overwhelming majority of them don't complain because they don't give a shit. You hear from 3 people who do want to change it, and they're Native American. You're not doing it because these poor Native Americans are reaching out to you. You already wanted to do it because it makes you butthurt, and you're just using those 3 Native Americans as tokens to go, see, we can do the thing I always wanted to do.
I bet they got a phone call. One time.
Right, a phone call.
One.
Bills are actually injurious.
The debate is nothing new to New England. Just last month, the Foxborough School Committee voted to replace the high school's Warriors logo. In early 2022, the Dartmouth School Board voted to keep the high school's Native American symbol after a non-binding town vote was overwhelmingly in favor of it. Sean Carney of the Wampanoag tribe of Gayhead-Aquino was a big advocate.
Wait, what? Is that a thing? One more time.
Overwhelmingly in favor of it. Sean Carney of the Wampanoag tribe of Gayhead-Aquino was a big...
Gayhead.
Gayhead? Now, is he like a gay Indian, or is that like a tribal name that just has gay in it?
No, there was a tribal name before that. They're talking about the area of the so
nobody's gay.
The so-and-so tribe of the Gayhead area.
You got a place named Gayhead?
There's Gaylord around here.
There is Gaylord.
Town vote was overwhelmingly in favor of it. Sean Carney of the Wampanoag tribe of Gayhead-Aquino was a big advocate for that, but he says one-size-fits-all legislation like this isn't the best approach.
Where does it stop from there? Does that include...
That's the correct...
Wow, Wampanoag tribe of Gayhead-Aquino.
Are we not going to change that now too then?
Yeah, that offends me.
Because that does seem offensive.
The feathers, does that include the arrowheads? Does that include any sort of semblance of something that represents a Native American heritage? And I think we should be looking at these, one, by case basis, but 2, also having deliberate and purposeful education in our school systems that teach, the students about their local Native American cultures.
Right, because if all you do is ban shit, people are just going to get mad at you and hate you and think you're attacking them. You don't explain to them why. You don't say, hey, here's the history of this or whatever. You just go, take it down, you fucking racist.
Can you imagine is it the Florida State Seminoles?
No, the Gayhead-Aquino Seminoles. Gayhead-Aquino is now my new favorite place in Massachusetts.
Gayhead-Aquino is fun.
Gayhead-Aquino.
No, I'm just saying, like, the university in Florida, can you imagine if they're forced to change from being the Seminoles?
They've been
which
trying.
Is like
There's been efforts to try and take away the Seminoles.
It's like a renowned name, though.
Well, they've been telling people to fuck off, but people have gone for it.
Ooh.
Now, Dan and Tammy, included in that legislation is actually a cut.
Seekonk and gay head Aquina. Seekonk, suck conk. Am I right?
Now, an exception which would give local tribes the ability to explicitly give consent for local schools to actually use their name or logo. So it is something to keep an eye on, as we do expect that conversations and those discussions to continue later this year. For now,
I mean, there's a fatalist part of me that just goes, they'll get their way eventually. Like they'll keep banging away at this thing until they get what they want.
They will, because people will just become exhausted with them.
Right. They'll get there eventually. Kyle with $5 says April looks like Bride of Chucky tonight. Aaron, on the other hand, looks like Private Pyle's son. Everybody's in a really mean mood tonight. Kyle with another 5 said we would have to change the names of more than half our military vehicles' names.
Yeah.
Yeah, are we going to change Black Hawk helicopter?
I hope not.
Going to change
Black Hawk helicopter.
Apache, Comanche, all of that stuff. No.
All of those sound very cool, by the way. I like those
Right.
names. Apache and Comanche are fucking awesome.
They're fantastic.
Keep them.
Thank you, buddy. 160 is the number for tonight, and we are past 2 o'clock. Guys, do us a favor. Throw some money in. Knock out that 160. Let's do overtime tonight. Let's not bring this in. This is humiliating.
Ew.
This is, I know it's not beneath us because we're a fucking tiny little show that has to bring in a shitload of money to pay everybody. But at the same time, if we knock it out and we don't have to bring this humiliating thing out that gets us so much shit, that would be cool. So if you feel like chipping in tonight, please do. 160 is the number. We've got Opie's attack on Luis J. Gomez for overtime. It's I'm sure it'll be funny to watch.
I'm very excited for it.
I'm sure it'll be good. So let's take that down. Right now we're kind of coasting on Randy K's nice drop in and also Sid Seraf's nice drop in. So go ahead and click one of those links, Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo. Throw a couple bucks in and let's knock this thing out. We got about 40 minutes until we have to go to this offering plate right here.
I don't think they will.
Oh, here we go. So we got an ex-porn star not ashamed of her time in the business.
That's good. That's refreshing.
And it's, of course, Lisa Ann, who's an absolute trooper.
Oh, she
when
sure
it comes
has
to this
been.
stuff. Lisa Ann is she's a ride or die for the business, that's for sure. Well, she's opening up.
Yeah, choice of words.
Opening up about her favorite kind of scenes.
Ooh, I bet it's anal.
Ooh, see, I would not think that anal is everyone's favorite.
I feel like she wants, most girls that say that want to be like edgy or something, and I feel like she's gonna say that.
I think Lisa Ann is too old to be edgy. I think Lisa Ann's gonna say, you know what my favorites are?
DP.
I like the DP.
Well, that's anal, right?
Well, yeah, I guess you're right. That would be anal. She's gonna say either DP or she's just gonna be like, oh, I liked the
black dicks.
I don't know. Yeah, what is she gonna say? I guess there's so many different options she could go with.
They're just so long.
Well, anyway, she's opening up, and I can see her kidneys.
Oh.
Congratulations. It's one of the most popular categories on pornographic sites, and a former adult star has revealed why she loved playing
a stepmom?
MILF.
Oh.
She liked the MILF porn.
Okay.
It wasn't DP. It wasn't anything like that.
Wow.
Lisa Ann loved the MILF stuff.
We went right off the ledge there together.
It's so gross, though. Do you know what age they start making these girls do MILF shit?
I bet you in their 30s.
No, in their like when you get into your late 20s, you start doing MILF porn.
I guess if you could pass for having a kid.
Well, I think what it really is that I think that lifestyle grinds away at your physical appearance a lot. I think doing that for a living, like let's say you've been in it since you were 19 years old. All right?
Okay.
And you've been getting banged away at for 8 years. It's probably going to age you.
Yeah.
So you might look...
It's not like you're having sex with one person per day, right?
Right. You might look like 33, 34. Like Lisa Ann was doing MILF stuff probably in the year 2000. Let's see how old she is. How old is Lisa Ann? Not Lisa Ann Walter. I just want Lisa Ann. 51.
Damn.
So 23 years ago, she would have been 28 years old, and she was doing MILF porn at 28.
That's my age.
So...
I could be smilf porn.
Look, man, I mean, you get to a certain age in porn, and you're just beat up from all the dicks, and you got to do MILF. Michael B says if you're over 23, you are a MILF. Yeah, they go pretty young.
That seems way too young. But I guess you totally, in their eyes, like, oh, you could have kids by now. And you probably look rough, so.
You probably, it's the looking rough thing.
It's the looking haggard.
No Pen 15 Fathead with $10 over on PayPal, buddy. Thank you so much for your generosity. That puts us at the striking distance number of 150. Keep it up, guys. Keep that going, and let's keep this offering played out of the damn thing so Citizen M doesn't have a fucking thing to film, huh? Oh, boy. So Lisa Ann, who became involved in the adult entertainment industry as a dancer, progressed to starring in MILF roles as she got older and absolutely loved it.
Why?
She said the term MILF came around at the same time as Desperate Housewives. That is not who started it. Do we all know where MILF got popularized?
I would have guessed what she said.
Desperate Housewives?
Not specifically that, but like reality TV.
Incorrect. Guys, tell them. Where did the term MILF get popularized? Thank you, Chernabog. American Pie.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's been so long since I saw those.
American Pie started the MILF thing with Stifler's mom, of course, being the Jennifer Coolidge.
Coolidge
was the original MILF.
Oh.
And if I may,
No.
even in the American Pie movies, not for me.
No, she's not my type either.
Not for me.
Nope.
Shannon Elizabeth, sure. Tara Reid back in the day, I wasn't a Tara Reid guy. And I wasn't an Allison Hannigan guy either.
Yeah.
I would say I was very much a Shannon Elizabeth kind of dude. The term MILF came around at the same time as Desperate Housewives, when it was super hot to see the stay-at-home wife hook up with the gardener. Lisa Ann told the news while in Melbourne for Sexpo last week. It was normal. It was fun. It was cute. But it was also a way to elongate our careers. See, this is what I... Okay, I'm so glad we had this story and we had the
Lana
Rhodes thing, because it is such a great juxtaposition.
Mm-hmm.
Here you have Lana Rhodes pretending she never did porn, thinking she should be treated like every other girl, doesn't understand why guys treat her like a hoe. And then you have Lisa Ann going, yeah, of course I took dick in MILF porn. I didn't have any dignity about it. It was a way to keep my career going.
You hook up with the gardener, the pool boy, the...
I was
mailman.
making really good money. It beat working for a living.
Yeah.
I was smart with the way I did my stuff. People respected me in the business because I'd done it so long.
Kept my shit tight.
Kept my shit tight as humanly possible. And, the MILF stuff kept me working longer.
Yeah.
You can go till what, maybe 40?
I'm sure you can.
Probably 40 doing
There's
the
some
MILF
older
stuff.
chicks. I know OnlyFans now has some older chicks on it, too.
Was Lisa Ann doing porn in 2012? That would have made her 40. I know she was doing it in 2008 because she did the Nailin' Palin series.
I bet she was.
Remember when she did Sarah Palin?
Yeah, I totally remember that she did Sarah Palin.
You don't remember the Nailin' Palin thing?
I didn't watch, like, all the porn in the world.
Oh, you didn't even have to watch porn. That was like a common, like, pop culture thing.
I knew that people thought Sarah Palin was hot and wanted to bang her.
Well, Lisa Ann looked enough like Sarah Palin where it worked out.
All right.
She said the beautiful thing about playing a MILF was that scenes were a lot less graphic and intense than is typical for adult entertainment. So what she's trying to say is I could work longer and I didn't have these big dick monsters railing me out all the time.
Oh.
The MILF stuff was a little easier, a little less fucking aggressive. And
It's-
she's like, when you do that other stuff, like you do babysitter shit, they're just going to wreck your insides.
Yeah, it's one thing to have like a partner, a boyfriend, or a husband, or something that you have sex with, let's say once a day. But then you're her and you're getting like fucking pounded out by big dicks all day. I can't imagine how bad that must hurt eventually.
Well, and then she says, I do the MILF stuff.
Oh.
And then if I do the MILF stuff,
it's not so intense.
I'm not getting railed out and my shit doesn't hurt all the time.
Can you imagine having your shit just blown out down there? You
Me personally, no, I don't have
sit
experience.
on an ice pack later.
Yeah, no, I don't have experience
Oh,
with that.
fuck.
She said that the beautiful thing about playing a MILF was that it was a lot less graphic and intense.
Oh, man.
For a porn chick, she still looks good at 51.
You can tell when things are fake, though. Everything's like shiny, which seems weird, but it's
I
because
get
everything's
it.
so taut. You know what I mean? Her skin
Yeah.
is taut, so it's shiny.
Look, she's been through a lot.
She does look good for what she's been through. If we're grading on a curve here.
Let's just say this. She was a busy professional.
Yeah.
The MILF is in control. I think for a lot of women, as we get older in the business, that's what we want. Lisa Ann, who regularly speaks at events like Sexpo, also enjoyed the costuming because it involved more detailed lingerie, such as stockings and wrap dresses.
Ooh.
She said, I just love the style of the MILF because it was very much my style, she said. According to Pornhub's Mother's Day report, which everybody looks out for every single year, the annual Pornhub Mother's Day report.
If your actual mom's not in your life, why not go watch MILF porn on Mother's Day to celebrate?
MILF is a popular category all year round, but it spikes by 7.8% on that particular day. The data revealed people under 44 search this category less than those over 45. In the United States, only 22 states have education on sexual awareness, safe sex, and wellness. Lisa Ann says one thing she wants to see change is the lack of content showing condom use and safe sex, saying both should be part of the conversation. Yeah, because you know what degenerate porn watchers want? Condoms and education.
Wow.
A lot of people watch porn, they see a condom, they're like, they're going to take that thing off, or is this going to, why don't we put this in the gay category?
That's kind of what I've always thought, too. I'm like, what if you find a real hot chick and real hot dude, and you're excited to watch whatever you're about to watch, and then there's a condom, and you're like...
Yeah, you're like, are they going to take this off, or should we...
Seems like there's a fly in the ointment.
You guys fucking with me? What's the deal here?
Don't you want to risk things?
Fred says her nips look funky. Well, look, I mean, if you...
Her nips.
Look, for what she... Again, I think you got a grade on a curve with the Lisa Anns of the world and these other people.
I'm guessing her nips look weird because of a boob job, right?
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Because isn't there a situation where like the saline bags or whatever can like slip under your muscles and then your nipples like completely point up or outward?
Or look, you just got them a long time ago and you're getting old. You know, shit.
I think you're supposed to get them replaced every so often.
You are,
aren't
but
you?
the more you hack away at them and shit, I mean, the more things are gonna get a little funky.
See, that makes me scared to like ever consider doing something like that because you do want to put that off as long as you can.
That's the thing about plastic surgery is, a lot of people think you just have it once and you're done. No, once you start, you got to keep going.
That is upkeep. That's a
So-
high maintenance broad.
Right.
Oh,
so
no.
you got to keep paying for that stuff. Well, didn't
Then your titties always hurt. Like you got to recuperate your titties, right? Isn't there a downtime?
Yeah, there's downtime. But what did
Oof.
Oh God, I can't remember because people wrote really funny things in the chat. But who was the guy who just got divorced and his wife wanted a shitload of money for her plastic surgery?
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner's wife wanted like $500,000 a month. And some of that was because she needed a shitload of plastic surgery done. And that's just to keep up with the shit that she already did. Again, you got to keep doing it. Otherwise, it all falls apart anyway.
That's terrifying to think about.
Phage Lives with $4.99 says, if I see a condom on a male model, I'm so not watching it. If it's a Sir condom, it's getting a downvote. That's right. The only way we can control this industry, Phage Lives, is we can vote with our fingers and our feet, my friend.
That's true.
And if you walk out on those damn condoms, I mean, sure, a lot more actors and actresses are going to get AIDS, but, at least the customers will be happier.
Like, to me, if I were watching a video and I saw a condom, that takes away, like, the spontaneity of whatever situation they would have been in.
Because they planned it.
They planned it. So
Ugh.
I'm like, oh, so that wasn't spontaneous and hot at all.
How dare you not have irresponsible, knee-jerk sex.
Yeah.
With no condom and just start
Exactly, yeah.
spraying jizz all over the place. What kind of shoddy operation are you guys running?
Man.
Thank you, Phage Lives. 145 is the number tonight.
Thank you.
Everybody band together. Let's knock out that 145. About 30 minutes until I don't want to bring out the offering plate. Just give us a bunch of money. Knock out the 145.
I think
Make
we
that
should.
offering plate not a thing. What? Sid Saraf did 50? Everyone just give a little bit of money till this 145's gone, and then MSO doesn't win 2 shows in a row, and I don't have to shake a plate at you like the loser that I like my show is, and we can get this thing all taken care of in one night. Plus, doing a pretty good show up against Monday Night Football. This was not a story I ever thought I'd have to do.
Uh-oh.
This was not something I ever thought I'd have to read. I thought women kind of knew this one.
Okay.
But, as a star of broadcasting, it is my responsibility to give education and advice to the people of this country and make sure that everyone is properly educated. And so we can save lives on this program. Like, look, we can joke around and scream and yell and all that stuff, have a lot of fun. Sure. But I really pride myself on looking out for my audience and educating them. That's why I want to tell you the story of an Indiana mom of 6 warning against tampon use.
Oh.
Warning against tampon use. Now, that's interesting because most women use tampons. All right,
I would say majority.
A lot of them.
There's a lot of new options that people are exploring, but yes.
An Indiana mom of 6 is warning against tampon use after 2 of her daughters were sent to the hospital with sepsis from toxic shock syndrome infections. All right, look. It's not the tampon that's causing the toxic shock syndrome. It's the woman who's not taking the fucking thing out.
It is, well, I will explain to you how it could be the tampon's fault on occasion.
I'm still going to blame them for however this is going to go. Go ahead.
I would still believe first, like if there was like a hierarchy of like reasons you got this from tampon usage, I would say you forgot to take it out, right? That's my number one.
Right.
Number 2, though, let's say there was a hole in the wrapper of the tampon, or you had dirty hands and you touched your tampon before you put it in there. Now you introduced bad bacteria and you can get it that way.
Is that how it typically happens?
Yeah, there's an introduction of bad bacteria.
Okay. But if you regularly change that son of a bitch, you're not getting toxic shock syndrome.
Let me repeat what I just said. You should have clean hands so you're not putting something nasty on it. Or like, let's say somebody has a tampon in their purse and it's been in there a while and there's a hole poked in the wrapper and now you got dirt and shit in there. And then you put that up your snatch. You can get it that way.
So, my point stands. You have to be a fucking retard to get toxic shock syndrome.
Clean up. It is technically your fault.
Wash your hands, you fucking pig. What the hell's wrong with you? Yeah, I just got out from the garden. I'm just going to shove dirty fingers up my twat.
What? No.
I'm sorry, but when a mom's like, I lost 2 daughters to toxic shock syndrome, it's like, what? Do you have the 2 dumbest daughters on earth?
Yes.
Honest to Christ.
You can be clean.
We honestly thought we were going to lose them. Oh, so they didn't die. Well, then they're fine. You learned a lesson. They were both in really bad shape. It was a touchy situation because their organs were inflamed and at risk of shutting down. Johnson's, and I love how the mom, what she took out of this was, oh, stay away from those damn tampons. They're trouble.
Millions and millions of women every day use tampons without issue.
Right.
Millions. We're fine.
That's like if a guy drove drunk and crashed into a ditch and died, and the parents went, I told you guys, you got to stay away from those cars.
And alcohol. Don't ever drink.
No, that would be reasonable to say don't drink and drive.
Well,
I'm saying this woman is going, hey, my 2 daughters almost died from toxic shock syndrome. Got to watch out for those tampons. Right, yeah, it's the tampons that are at fault.
You're right.
Johnson said her daughter, Divine, 21, fell ill in May of 2022 after using a Super Plus absorbency tampon. She had just finished her period when she developed flu-like symptoms and an inability to walk without assistance. Divine spent a week in the ICU. The family returned to the hospital that July when Johnson's 17-year-old daughter experienced similar symptoms during a family vacation to Florida.
Great.
So this is just the dirtiest family there is.
There is some lore out there about using like super absorbency ones that like apparently you can get sick from them easier. And I think it's because people leave them in longer. That to me sounds like some lazy bitch who leaves like the biggest, fattest tampon in all day long so that they don't have to change it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which is disgusting. Don't do that.
Courtney, see, the women are chiming in. JoJo says 30 plus years of use, no problems whatsoever.
Yeah.
Courtney says the odds of that happening to siblings is extremely rare. Dirty hoes.
Yeah.
I would agree.
That does seem, because toxic shock syndrome alone is rare.
Right.
So for it to happen twice in a family is kind of gross. Don't fuck those bitches.
Yeah, see, just don't be dirty.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, see, so the big fat girl had the heavy
Divine.
flow. Yeah, Divine. Oh, no, this is the 17-year-old? That's the 20-something-year-old? Oh, no, that's 17. Jaya.
That's Jaya.
Experienced similar systems. That's the 22-year-old. So just a big fat broad who needed a big old heavy flow tampon and just got lazy
But
and
you
left it in there.
You actually don't need those. You could just change more often and be clean. It really does boil down to you.
Right.
And your practices and your decisions that you made.
It boils down to pure cleanliness. That's it. G. Coquinas over on Rumble says, last time I boned a chick with a boob job, she said she got kicked in the tit by a horse. What?
No, that can't be good, right?
Got kicked in
You
the
have like a dent in there.
Kyle with $5 says, from Lisa Antalk to tampons, my Johnson's on a roller coaster tonight. I like to do that to people. I like to keep people's boners guessing. That's my goal. That and $140 is my goal. Knock the rest of that out, guys. Let's get after it. This show survives on listener contributions. Dirty, filthy, disgusting, grimy e-beggars, the whole lot of us. So click one of those links for Streamlabs, PayPal, or Venmo. Throw a few bucks in there, and we'll get this 140 taken care of anytime. David Carradine's industrial doorknob, bravo, says, you guys ever lose one up there like a contact?
No. I've heard of girls who, like, if they're wearing very short shorts or a dress, they'll like snip the string so that it doesn't have a chance of hanging out.
Sure. How about wear pants that day?
But yeah, how about we just wear some pants?
Right.
And because like you have to go fish that out later.
Yeah.
And that's fucked up.
How about you don't cut the... like all of these things, like every time women look at it, they're like, oh yeah, toxic shock syndrome is serious and it's a thing. Like every time you tell us how it could happen, I just go, yeah, these are all unforced errors, gals.
That's kind of what I think. I'm like, no, I've never forgotten that I have something up there, you know?
Jeremy S. says, I knew a girl in high school who was hospitalized because she forgot one in them for almost 3 weeks.
Can you imagine having to tell your friends why you were in the hospital?
I'd lie. I'd say I did heroin.
I OD'd on heroin.
Yeah, I OD'd on heroin. That's all that happened. Just everyone go back to class. It's no big deal.
How embarrassing.
I'm a heroin addict, and that's where that story starts and ends.
Dude, that has to, like, the smell alone. Like, you can't forget that for 3 weeks. There's not a chance.
Oh, yeah, you just got
3 hours, maybe.
You just got rotten puss.
To me, even the idea of forgetting something in there for 3 days terrifies me. You know?
Yeah, I'm just trying to, I'm trying to make people's boner roller coasters stabilize.
Oh, it was up and
bit.
down this morning as well with the songs.
That's true. Kyle with another 5 says, we heard April's tampon experience. Care to share yours, Aaron?
Yeah.
I mean,
who taught you how to use one?
I know that this is going to come as a shock to a lot of our audience, but I don't have a vagina. I have a penis.
Does it ever weep? Do you need a tampon?
Look, man, I understand that is that's anticlimactic for a lot of our audience, but can't lie to you.
Have you ever had a bloody nose and used one in your nose?
No.
I've heard of guys doing that.
I have too, but I've never done that either. Hobo Chili says, I always thought that was a fuse. If the bleeding gets too heavy, go down with the ship. Yeah, it's actually connected to an M80, and it just,
Some days that actually sounds like a better option.
You set off a firecracker on the mound of someone's vagina. What happens? It burns the vagina. You light that same firecracker inside their vagina. Wife's going to be opening your ketchup bottles the rest of your life.
Oh, my God.
Jason Isaacs. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Fanook Chinook says, it's better to be a cunt than to have a cunt. Oh, attaboy.
It's probably true.
Attaboy. Stephen Perlowski, finding out the string is not a fuse, says, what? Unsub.
Oh, my God.
Everybody hit like, everybody hit subscribe, and everybody give us a whole shitload of money. Let's knock this out and do a half hour of overtime and do a little Opie trying to shit on Louis J. Gomez.
I really want to do that.
I'm very excited to do that one. I hope we knock out. We're in striking distance now. I hope we get there.
Thanks, guys.
10 terms that Gen Z uses at work that annoy their colleagues the most. I want to do this for people because I hear a lot of Gen Z slang.
Mm-hmm.
You know where I hear a lot of it is when I watch videos shitting on Hassan Piker.
Yes, it's going to be on YouTube.
Yeah, Hassan uses a lot of that really cringe language, and he thinks it's good. He thinks it's really fucking cool, man. He uses all that horseshit Gen Z slang.
And he's not even Gen Z, though, is he?
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's still in his 20s because he's a
way.
know-nothing commie. He's a know-nothing commie. He's one of the dumbest guys out there. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's got angry young man syndrome. He's got angry young man syndrome where America is daddy. He hates daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy's bad. It's that synthetic rebellion. So communism is cool. He's the kind of guy who would still unironically wear a Che Guevara shirt and be like, yeah, girls find me interesting. If he's into them. I don't know. Sure. But he's got a real like synthetic rebellion problem, Hassan. But I think he's still in his 20s.
I don't think so.
Piker. Oh, no, he's 32.
See? Where I'm hearing all the Gen Z.
So he's a millennial using creepy Gen Z slang.
Where I hear all the Gen Z lingo is on YouTubers that I listen to that are in their 30s. I don't know if they're doing it because they think it'll like gain them the younger viewers or something like that, but they all use it. And it's like I said to you the other day, like, I'm so fucking sick of this word giving. I hate the word giving. It's not giving.
I don't mind it. I don't mind Gen Z slang if people use it ironically and they're making fun of Gen Z. Like, I'll do it to the kids all the time. Like,
that's just being a dad.
But here's the thing. Like, I use their slang.
And
then they go, oh, Dad, that doesn't sound right. I'm like, it sounds just as stupid when you guys say it.
Right.
Like, you guys say that you think that the words coming out of my mouth are just magically retarded, and that when you guys say them, they sound really sophisticated.
They do, though. That's how they
all
operate.
Retarded. It's stupid. Okay, the first one they list is horseshit, because this is a millennial one.
Yes, it is.
I think we started.
We did with sports, right?
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
It was GOAT, greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
That's Gen Z does not get GOAT.
Well, that's them too, like trying to take credit for everything.
I don't even like GOAT. I think it's people use it too much. They use it for everything.
I used GOAT probably like the 2014-15 era of my life, and then I kind of washed out.
Yeah, like I started hearing GOAT in the video game Knockout Kings 2002 when LL Cool J had a song about it. So that's an old one. That doesn't count. That's almost Gen X. Slay. Yeah, Slay is gay.
I feel like that's in a gray area, though, because I feel like that's also a younger millennial thing.
Slay? No, I think we got to give that one to Gen Z. I think young millennials tried to co-opt it. But Slay is definitely a Gen Z thing.
Slay is kind of gay, though.
Slay is gay.
What are you slaying?
It's usually like women in fashion. Like, oh, that shirt. Oh,
slay
queen.
bitch.
Ugh,
God, that
right? It's just
doesn't
awful.
feel good.
And I'm sure, like, if you look up millennial slang, it makes us look douchey and sound awful. But like, this is the part of being the older generation. Now we get to do the fun part, which is treat the one before us or treat the one after us like retards, because that's what Gen X and the Boomers did. The Boomers. Fuck the Boomers. Look, the Boomers didn't do anything. The Boomers have the nerve to call everyone else lazy while they coasted off their parents and hyperinflated everything in the economy. So fuck them. But Slay, stop. Slang, here's where slang is good. Slang is good when you didn't have a word to describe that thing before, or you didn't have many ways to describe that thing before.
I slayed the dragon. That's what I want to use that word for.
Yeah.
And I want that to be like a euphemism for drugs.
You know which one I don't mind that Gen Z uses? I don't mind sus.
But you only do that because of the kids. Again, like you wouldn't use it if it weren't for the kids.
I think sussy is gay.
That's fucked. The sussy shit needs to go, and I think everyone that uses it sounds retarded.
But sus is kind of fun.
I only use sus ironically, I guess, usually to make fun of you or the kids.
FR for real. See, this is the same thing with finna. You don't need to shorten up the term for real. It's 7 fuck letters. You don't need to shorten 7 down to 2. How much of a hurry are you dipshits in?
Now, are people saying FR out loud, or are they just typing it?
They're saying FR.
It?
Yes. For real, FR. Takes the same amount of time to say. Vibing. I don't mind vibing, but
vibing's fine, but again, you sound gay.
Yeah, it's just, again, all this stuff is just kind of pussy shit.
I mean, what are you having a seltzer with that too?
Flex, I don't hate. Flex is not terrible.
I don't, you're flexing.
Glow up is super gay. I hate glow up.
Glow up is gross.
Bet Bet I don't mind.
Bet I don't mind. I've used that on occasion.
Gen Z has become the very thing they swore to destroy. They, too, are culprits of the one-word sentence-ending interjection. Oh, they use period? Period is kind of everybody's. That's a community one.
That's an old one, too.
Yeah.
Come on.
Opie uses period, for God's sake. And if we watch that Opie Louis J. Gomez thing tonight, I think he might be on his period, too.
I think Opie thinks he's the best. Period.
Well, he's been doing it since he's 18.
Oh.
Basic is the last one. I don't mind basic either. You know what? I don't mind.
Bitch.
I don't mind a lot of the Gen Z slang. I'm finding
What
out.
is ours then? What is our slang?
It seems like they're kind of stealing ours.
Yeah.
Alex Nerio with $9.99 says, sorry I haven't been more active. Miss you guys a lot. Here are my monthly dues. Well, thank you for having monthly dues.
Thank you.
And thank you for chipping in $9.99 to us. Never apologize for contributing to this program. You throw us money. That's going above and beyond. I appreciate it. People are talking about Fleek and Finna.
Fleek. Oh, my God.
Finna I hate because it's one of those things. This is where I become an old man, is on words like Finna.
Mm-hmm.
Because Finna to me is like the degradation of the culture and like dumbing down. Like making us less sophisticated.
Yeah, what's another example of
Finna
that?
just sounds dumb because like people will use it at work now. They'll be like, yo, I'm finna get out of here. No, you're going to leave. There. How about
that? One of you just sounds like the movie Idiocracy.
Right.
You sound like an idiot.
Finna's a dumb one. Finna I can't really get over. So what do we have? What's our shit? Millennial slang. Adulting. Oh, that one's the worst.
Oh, but people use that a lot, though.
Adulting is terrible. You know what millennials created that needs to die a horrible death? Big girl job or big kid job. It fucking starting a career, you dumb fucker. Enough with the big kid jobs. You're an adult.
Yeah.
Act like it. Oh, God, we really have shitty ones.
Well, let's figure it out.
Adulting is terrible. Bay is awful.
Bay is gross.
Basic. Oh, they're giving us basic in this list.
But you gave basic to the...
I'm taking basic.
Okay.
Clapback sucks. That's a thing women invented.
Humble brag, I use
is,
actually a lot.
Humble brag is okay.
Now, what do we say about them humble brags, Aaron? I see the shirt fits you nice. Fine.
Extra.
I use extra.
Extra's not bad. Fam, I kind of hate.
I don't use fam.
High key is gay. Do we use that? The millennials?
I use low key.
Lit is kind of fun in an ironic way. Lit's just kind of dumb and silly. I don't mind.
It's gay in a good way.
Yeah, I don't mind lit.
Yeah.
Low key is okay.
I use low key.
Receipts, I don't mind.
I don't use receipts.
Savage is gay. I hate savage. Shipping.
Shipping.
Oh, for getting into a relationship? Oh, that's awful.
I've never heard that in my life.
Shook, I like. I like shook.
I like shook,
We
too.
contributed. They're giving us slay, too. I don't think slay is ours.
See, I thought it was.
Stan for a really big fan of something. I don't hate it. I don't use it. They're giving us sus. Sus is not ours. Sus is Gen Z, for sure.
Thirsty.
Thirsty is ours. I'll take that one.
Oh.
Throw shade, I hate, but whatever.
Ooh, trill is disgusting.
Trill is bad. Trill's a bad one.
Ugh.
Woke's a good one. It's very usable. Woke's a really usable one. Okay.
Yeah, I guess being thirsty is just the sexier way of saying you're horny. So
yeah, that's
horny's not a very sexy word.
Boy, millennials, I got to admit, though, it's
know.
my generation. Millennials have a lot of shitty slang.
That's
we did come
mine,
up with
too.
a lot of dumb shit. Thank you to Red Fox Mad with $4.99. Says, let's go. Let's start a roll and meet the goal. Oh, I like that. It rhymes. Donate like I do to support this wonderful program. Thank you, Red Fox Mad. That puts us at 1:30. So we're getting close. We're getting close. 1:30 away. 14 minutes until we take this thing out and rattle it. I don't want to. I hate it. It makes me look like as pathetic as I am. So if you can let me live in illusion for one more night, that would be really cool. 1:30 is the number to get to. G. Coquinas over on Rumble says slay goes back to the 90s. The worst word in the world right now is cis.
I do not like that word. Anthony Cumia has a very, very staunch take on that, too. He said that makes him homicidal if someone were to call him a cis male.
Sus is one of those things.
Cis?
Where, like, the thing about cis is that you don't need it. It's not necessary.
No.
We are just this. We're just normal.
Can't you just talk to somebody like a person? Do you have to point out what gender they are and stuff?
Yeah, are you cisgender? No, I'm just normal. I'm a guy. I'm just a normal.
Even if you weren't normal, can't you just talk to you like you're Aaron?
Right. Yeah, isn't it Anthony who says, cis should be like hate speech or whatever?
Yeah. Oh, I've heard him get incensed over that word.
Kyle with $20 says this show is sus, no caps. I'm going to report this show on the real yo. This show hits different. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you for the $20, Kyle. Appreciate it. You've been one of the big guns today. Very
Yes,
cool. 115 is now the number. 30-year-old Ray DeVito says, did you see Chandler washed his hands of Chad? I don't give a shit what Chandler does. He can wash his hands of anybody. I want him to dirty his hands with us. What he does to other shows is A-okay and fine with me. I don't judge, but I just want him to dirty up those hands with steel toe. That's it. Thank you, guys. 115 is now the number. Ooh, super close.
Getting close.
With that 10, 12 minutes away. Oh, my God. Sid with a Oh, you know what he said? I'd say make this anonymous, but that wouldn't feed my ego.
Oh, okay.
Sid with another 50. Oh,
Jeez,
my
Sid,
God.
I'm blushing.
The old humpback whale is out here today.
You can't call him the white whale.
No, that would be very, very offensive. No. So that now means 70 away for the night. $70.
Thank you, Sid.
Left for the night. Guys, we're not going to be using that plate tonight. You guys are going to do the last $70 in this last 10 minutes or get close enough, and we're not going to need this this little can rattling apparatus here.
Aww.
Thank you very much, buddy. And then I think only 2 goals. Only Tuesday morning, Tuesday night. That's it. And
Sounds
then
good.
the rest is on us. So Taylor Swift is killing people? Is that what I'm hearing? People are dropping dead at Taylor Swift concerts?
Somebody did die. In Brazil, was it? I
Yeah.
think. Too hot.
Hot damn.
Oh.
Did they call the police and the fireman?
It's too hot.
Hot damn. I believe they even made a dragon want to retire, man.
That's what I heard. You say her name, you know who she be.
Bitch, say her name, you know who she is.
No, I think even she was like pictured on stage having a hard time breathing while she was performing because it was too hot. And she's like shoved off a couple of her, she's pushed out the dates of some of her concerts because somebody in fact died at one.
Well, what's the weather like in Argentina? Is it Argentina?
Brazil.
All right, Brazil. Monthly temperatures. Now they're on the other. I suck so bad. They're on the other side of the equator, so they're in summer right now, aren't they?
I think so.
Why are we touring in Brazil in the fucking summer then?
Because it's money, Aaron.
Who made these goddamn rules? Brazil monthly temperatures.
I believe the word you were looking for was hemisphere, by the way.
No, I said other side of the equator. Equator. A belt size is equator. What is the average temp in... February is their hottest month. July is their coldest month. So
are they having like a record heat?
Probably.
I almost said heat stroke.
I did see an article. Now that you mention it, I did see an article where somebody said that like, oh, can you blame this death at this Taylor Swift concert on climate change?
Oh my God.
They were trying to play the climate change card with the Taylor Swift
I
thing.
wish we could get some goddamn climate change up here and have a warmer winter.
We kind of are having it so far.
Not anymore. Not after this Thursday.
Oh, how far down is it going?
It's basically 30s and 20s and then lower from here on out is what I'm hearing.
Ah.
Yeah.
Fuck my balls.
I know. We've been remarkably spoiled.
I don't like that. The deaths of 2 people, muggings, and a dangerous heat wave left legions of Taylor Swift's Brazilian fans angry and disappointed in the 3-day Rio de Janeiro leg of the pop star's Eras tour, which concludes tonight. So I will say this. The Brazilian fans apparently lasted longer than anyone thought they would because they don't have as much hair on their pussy to heat them up. They kept cooler. It's a Brazilian joke.
Oh, my God.
You see a Brazilian because you got the pussy.
Oh, I get it. Like they've shaved it all.
They've shaved their whole pussy. You see You know what I don't like? Fucking what's his face, the rapper, where people died at his concert.
Blueface?
No, Blueface
Travis
is
Scott.
clean. Travis Scott. Travis Scott, a bunch of retards trample each other at one of his concerts, and they want to send him to prison. Taylor Swift has fans just dropping dead in the crowd, and she's totally fine. Nobody bothers Taylor Swift about it. But a bunch of retards act like stampeding cows, and now Travis Scott has to go to prison.
That's because that was here. Brazil, that's like a light day.
I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Somebody in the chat said, Ayo, that joke was cringe.
Oh, come on, Stevie J. That's a good joke, that Brazilian joke.
It was so bad that I'm a girl who does that, and I didn't even register it.
You understand I love doing that?
Of course.
That's one of my favorite things to do. T. Jefferson says, pity laugh for a pitiful pussy joke. Quip. Just snapped right out of there. So this was the funniest part. Okay. So those girls die at the Taylor Swift concert.
They were girls. I pictured them as men for some reason.
Whatever. I don't really care. God bless. So they die. And do you know what the Taylor Swift people did the next day to like, as they're like, hey, you know, really sorry about the whole, you know, people dying at our concerts thing because it's so hot out. Do you know what the big change they made to make this all better was?
Put a couple fans in there?
They handed out a bottle of water.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They gave everybody a bottle of water. They're like, here, this'll be your difference between life and death. As if it's like Popeye's can of spinach.
Maybe it would save you. I don't know.
I don't. Oh, I feel like I'm going to die at this concert. And they drink water, and all of a sudden they're going to be up partying. No, we got to get these people out of here like they're wounded soldiers. You got to carry them off. Hup, 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 hup. Like it's triage on the battlefield.
How about some goddamn air conditioning?
That would be nice, too. That's a lot to ask, though, down there. MSO says they gave out free caskets. See, now that would be nice. That would be a kind move for certain. All right, we got to do one more.
Okay.
And then we're $70 away. Now, here's my deal. While we're doing this story, if we get inside of 50, I'm not using this. If we get inside of 50, I'm trusting that in overtime, we're going to knock out the last 50, hit tonight's goal, and be good. If we get inside of 50, I'm delaying this until 10:25. If we're over 50 in the next 5 minutes, I'll bust it out. MSO can get his win. Everybody can chip in a little bit. We'll knock out the $70. We'll do overtime.
Okay.
So let's see how this goes. 5 minutes, $70 is the number. Streamlabs, PayPal, Super Chats, memberships. McNagger, becoming a member for his 18th month, says, concert in Brazil. Do you think they had Brazil nuts?
God, I hope so. They're delicious.
What do you think they called them, though? That's the question. So anyway, $70.
Just us nuts.
$70, 5 minutes. Do it, boys and girls. And hit like, hit subscribe. Sounds good. All right, the next one we're going to do, how about just this Florida guy shitting on a dead possum? I don't know why. I just like this story.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Everyone loves a dead possum, right?
Everyone loves a dead possum, and everyone likes a crazy naked Florida guy taking a shit.
Why? I thought you had to put an O in front of possum. Why is there no O?
It's a controversy for our time that I don't think it's like, to me, the possum opossum thing to me is like Israel Palestine.
Could we stop having two ways to spell this rodent's name though? It's a rodent.
Yeah, but think of how good he feels. You know, he gets all this attention. People don't know what to call him. It's an air of mystery. He probably uses it to get possum
That
pussy.
is how stupid this language is.
Look.
Is it opossum or possum?
You want too many things all at once. You know? A Florida man was arrested for allegedly defecating on a dead possum in the middle of rush hour traffic. Okay, I need an explanation here. I'm not familiar with Florida state law. Which part of this is the crime?
I think...
Now, if he would have just shit on the street, is he still getting arrested? Or is it the defecation on a dead animal that makes this a problem?
Right, like you're desecrating
Like,
something?
is this one of those weird state laws that some places have? Like, desecrating the corpse of a possum is illegal in Florida.
The possum is like the state rodent?
Yeah, like if he takes a shit in the crosswalk in the middle of rush hour traffic in Florida, that's just... The state of Florida doesn't have a law against that. They just consider it the cost of doing business. But if you do it on a dead opossum, then you're going to jail.
There you are with that opossum thing. I think it's the pooping part.
It's the shitting? and the rush hour part. Like, maybe because he had a don't walk sign and he took a shit in the crosswalk. Maybe if he had the walk sign in the right of way.
Or how about just you shit in public?
I suppose it would be the
Possum be
shitting
damned.
in public. Yeah, right. If he takes a dead possum home and he takes a shit on it in his house,
You technically could.
you can't get arrested for that.
No, and you probably could have used that thing to wipe at least. It's furry.
Right.
You shouldn't have pooped on it.
Courtney says only in Florida. Yeah, where else? I mean, really.
Meth.
Rudy Wilcox, 45, was picked up by Clearwater police Wednesday around 5:30 p.m., right when people are trying to get home from work.
Rush hour.
After he was seen dropping trow in the middle of the Belcher Road and Willow Tree Trail intersection, then laying a log on the doubly unfortunate possum. So yeah, not only do you let's say there's a heaven for possums, not only do you get run over by a car, but now you have to watch your corpse be shit on from the great beyond. Knowing
What if your baby opossum saw this?
I was like, oh, he's shitting on mom. Why is that guy squatting and shitting all over our mother? That guy's a dick. There's nothing we can do. He's gigantic.
This is really unfortunate.
Oh, by the way, he's homeless and was not under the influence of any intoxicants at the time of the alleged incident. That means that this homeless guy of sound mind and body, using his best judgment, decided to shit on a dead opossum.
Okay, I asked you, where would you rather shit?
And there he is, by the way. What a looker.
Would you? How crooked is that nose? What did you do?
Spent a couple of years in Israel.
You know what? Looking by his face, like judging by his face, there's like scabs and like puncture wounds. Maybe he got in a fight with that opossum.
See, I was thinking that was just meth. Because he got the cheekbones are sucked in. Well, he wasn't on meth at the time. That doesn't mean he never does it.
Wouldn't that be in your system for like good?
No.
I'm such a non-drug user that I just picture it as staying in your system somewhere.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't do that.
Okay.
Hey, shit all over that poor opossum. Well, we didn't do it, guys. We didn't do it. We're gonna bring out the offering plate here.
I'm disappointed.
It's gonna make Peter Sky Parker, whatever his name is, very upset. He doesn't like that we ask for money. He wants us to just do the show for free and live in a box. I'm really sorry about that, Peter. I wouldn't think that's something that should really bother you, but I would try to calm down a little bit, but hey, that's on you, buddy. That's your cross to bear. We're going to play our music. We're going to rattle this offering plate, and I really want to do this Luis J. Gomez Opie thing for overtime, so please consider dropping a couple of bucks in on that PayPal, Streamlabs, or Venmo. We're $70 away. Let's fire up the music. We're at the, we're almost at the 4-minute mark. So we got to do this thing, guys. Let's do it. We got about 4.5 minutes to go. Let's do our shameful best. This disgusting, e-begging, dog shit program.
Wipe her out.
Only $70 away, so maybe this won't take very long. Let's knock it out. MSO does win. Let's get the best of both worlds. MSO, Peter Sky Parker says the more you ask, the less you get. Wrong, because we barely asked tonight. We didn't get any till we asked, so you are wrong again, Peter Sky Parker. Boy, you would have washed out as the manager of this kind of thing a long time ago. But that's all right, buddy. Don't get so upset about it. It'll be fine. Either we win and we do an extra 30 minutes, or we fail and you all get the people who watch just to not like us get a nice win. So
that's true.
Don't get so worked up over little old us. We're going to do a really funny show that's better than anything else you watch, whether you listen or not. So don't worry about it. Guys, here we go. Fill up this here offering plate. We got extra motivation tonight.
Yes, please.
Break those two guys in the chat's minds. Make them feel bad.
I want to do
They come here to watch the failure. Let's give them something to go home disappointed about. Streamlabs, Super Chats, PayPal, memberships. Kyle with $10.
Thank you.
Loaded Wrench with 5 says, somebody match me. Uh-oh. Here we go. 60 away, leaning towards 55.
Look at how close that is.
60 away from knocking it out. Let's read these. They want you to shake it, April. There you go.
And I want to do Opie, so let's go.
Phrasing.
I want to cover the Opie video.
Yes. $10 from Kyle. He says, I don't like your face, Aaron. Is there anything you can do about it? I've tried over the years.
Aw, it's a lovely face.
I've really tried. Loaded Wrench with $5 says, someone match me. There you go.
Yes.
Peter Sky Parker says, I really do wish you the best. I just know how this ends. You know that I'm better than all of them. And I know how this ends, too. We've been doing it this way for 3 years, and it's worked so far, so...
And that just sounds like something like you're being shitty, so you're trying to back out of it.
Yeah, don't back out. Don't back down. Be the guy you are.
Yeah, just be you.
We like you because you're yourself. All right, guys, 3 minutes to go. Let's make this thing work. $60 away.
Come on.
Streamlabs, PayPal, Super Chats, memberships. $60 away. Symbolic Mind says already clipped the audio. April wants to do Opie.
No.
Ambivalent Bastard says they're just haters. They are. They are. But at the same time, we're doing a good job if you got haters like that. That's for sure. Oh, wait, no. Sid Saraf says Peter's a good egg. All right, Peter's cool then. Peter's all right.
Roots says that if I show some leg, he'll throw in $1,000.
Oh, shit,
Is
man.
that binding?
$10 from Kyle again says for the thrift store Cabbage Patch doll and April the Queen. Hey, wait a minute. That's me.
Thank you, Kyle.
50 away. Come on, guys. Let's knock the rest of this out. Peter, I apologize to you. Sid Saraf says you're a big fan and you like the show, so you're all right by me.
All right.
I overreacted, buddy. I like you. $45 away. $10 from Bigot on Socialist Media.
Let's do it.
Over on Rumble. Thank you very much. We got to reset that one more time. There we go.
I'm always thinking that's like the goal was met.
All right, 1.5 minutes left to go. Here we are, 45 away, and we're almost done. We're almost done. 40. So you guys are getting overtime tonight. We're inside of 50.
Yes.
But let's knock
We're
out
doing
this.
it.
Let's knock out this last 45.
This was arm day for me, so this is exhausting.
Oh no, that's not good.
This is burning.
All right, guys. 1 minute and 20. Oh, wait, I fucked that up. 1 minute and 30 seconds now. There we go. 130, $45 left. Let's go ahead and hammer out the rest of this. A rare penny with $5 says, yay, you guys. Love you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. 50 is now the number. 40 is now the number. How did it go up?
How is it ever going up?
1 minute away. And $40 left. Let's do the rest of it. Come on, boys and girls.
It's burning.
Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, memberships, gifted memberships. Let's do this thing.
Not now, Charles.
Not Charles. This is terrible timing. We've got 20 seconds left.
Maybe
$40 to go. Let your e-beggars hear it. Let your e-beggars have a W. This is obnoxious to so many people. You have no idea how many people hate the shit out of this. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, you guys are getting overtime.
This is like a...
But we're 35 away. Kyle with another 5. Kyle carrying it today.
Thank you, Kyle. Kyle's
Says,
coming around.
He's a good guy.
My
35.
arm, man.
You, Cousin It is into Dabbleverse shit? Oh, that's so gay. I'm sorry for you, buddy. That is such a lame... Corey tweeted something about it. He's like, that should just be called the Tattleverse. It's just a bunch of man children who, like, just really dig drama of nobodies. And it's like, ugh. If you guys like bad entertainment, that's on you, but don't make it my problem. All right, $35 is the number. Finish it off during this half hour of overtime.
Lucky goal.
Of course, MSO getting the win tonight.
Yes.
So congratulate MSO, big time. Got to congratulate MSO on his victory. But with $30 left, you guys got to knock that out for us. Here we go. Charles did let us know my call should be motivation for them to contribute. Hey, look, man.
Maybe.
It's a rough little evening show tonight monetarily. We had a heavy goal. We're trying to get through it. Kyle with $5 says, April, if you're looking for an alternative to Arms Day, I have a micro shake weight you can use. Oh, no, he's saying he has a little penis. That's...
No, not a micro.
Don't sell yourself so short, my man.
I hear it's not the size, it's how you use it.
Oh.
So...
I mean, that's what I always tell
There's
her.
hope.
Yeah. All right, guys, $35 away. I'm going to nudge you about that during overtime here. Let's knock that out. It's a short week. Let's hit that short week. $35. This is going to be the toughest one is tonight. Tonight's going to be the toughest one. That's for sure. All right. So while you guys are each throwing in $5, $10 and knocking that out, Opie, where do we start with this? So last night, Opie and Luis J. Gomez got into a bit of a Twitter spat.
A tiff.
And the entire Twitter spat was so stupid because Luis J. Gomez never insulted Opie.
Not even once.
Somebody referenced Opie in a response to Luis J. Gomez's tweet. And Luis retweeted it and said, an Opie reference? Tell me you're 50 without telling me you're 50. Which means, dude, that was a lame-ass joke. Opie and Anthony was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's
that,
fair.
You know, what are you, fucking old?
But somebody had to read into it.
Well, Opie read into it that Luis J. Gomez was shitting on Opie, which he wasn't, which caused Opie to attack Luis's special, shit on him as a podcaster. And then Luis goes, dude, fuck you. I didn't even say shit about you. Second of all, you're a nobody. Everybody who knew you hates your guts now. You've been isolated from anyone who was ever any good on your show. You haven't done anything since. You have nothing going for you, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And just started listing all of these things. And I thought that was the end of it because we covered it this morning, had some fun with it, talked about it, whatever. Opie felt compelled to make a nearly 8-minute video today.
Oh,
talking
no.
about Luis J. Gomez, the real ass dude, the Puerto Rican rattlesnake, Luis J. Gomez, boxer, Luis J. Gomez, and father of Tim Butterly. Luis J. Gomez, adopted father of Tim Butterly. So Opie decided to explain himself. Now, I think the adult thing to do here would have been, hey, Luis and I just had a little misunderstanding. It's gay for men to fight on Twitter. Like, it's probably about the gay. Like, no woman has ever been, I want to suck your dick so bad. I saw how you flamed that guy on Twitter. That's really hot.
You got to say, I definitely read into that. It was not a big deal.
Yeah. So let's see if Opie takes that tact or if Opie decides to double down. Anybody want to place bets? Where do you think this is going?
We're doubling down.
We're doubling down?
Yeah.
All right, Opie, go ahead. I feel sympathy for Luis because my interaction with Opie was much the same. I reached out to interview him. He said yes. I remember I was on the golf course when I got a DM from him rescinding his acceptance to my offer because he went through a show from like a year ago and found that I had said, hey, Opie wasn't the funny guy in Opie and Anthony, but he has a really good family and he's well-adjusted outside the show, blah, 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 blah. He said, well, you said I wasn't very funny, but at least I have a good family. I'm like, what's more important? Like, my whole point was you have the good things in life.
Right. You're not lacking.
Right. Who cares if you're not as funny as your co-host? You got a good life. That was the whole point of it. So Opie kind of has this history of taking things that are not slights and making them slights, kind of like I did with Peter Sky Parker.
It is easy to slip into that world if you don't have like self-awareness, whereas you have self-awareness and you pulled yourself out of that
as soon as Sid says, no, that guy's good, you're just reading too much into it. I'm like, oh, Peter's a fan then.
Now, Opie really does seem like he's on guard almost. Like anytime his name gets mentioned, he just assumes that it's going to be negative.
Right. Like, and I don't understand. Like Opie, like everybody in the podcast sphere are a bunch of nobodies. Opie actually has been to the top of the mountain. He's been the man in broadcasting. Mm-hmm. So you would think he wouldn't give a shit what all these people think.
Right.
I mean, Jesus, I'm a nobody who had a #1 radio show in a market number 180 or whatever. And I backhand trolls and smack them around and have fun with them and laugh at their expense. And they get all mad at me and I get them all riled up and then send them back into whatever universe they came from. And that's a nobody like me who's able to take them out no problem. You'd think Opie would be able to not even be able to be bothered with it.
Yeah, you should be above that at some point.
Well, let's watch Opie try to be above it.
Hey, look, you can say whatever you want about me and whatever.
I mean, history has shown that's not the case. You can't really say whatever you want about you. You get very upset.
I could say something as menial as I really hate his hat today. And that's
you think my hat's stupid?
It's going to.
Do you know where this hat came from? This hat was a gift. From a friend, a really good friend. Oh, so you don't think I have friends because of my hat? This hat was from a friend, and we have coffee together. That was actually almost too masculine a voice for Opie.
Yeah, that was too gravelly.
But I
Oh, no. Go ahead.
hate phonies.
Hey, Opie doing some production. Oh, he's got a picture of Louis J. Gomez up there.
Oh, man.
Turned his edges all shitty, like he was using the selector tool.
Yeah, he kind of looks like the selector tool.
Oh, he's using
Oh,
the crop
buddy, no.
the crop lasso.
Bud.
Hate people that BS to your face and then do something different behind the scenes.
But he didn't
do anything to you behind the
He
scenes.
will
though.
now. Like, isn't that the funny part? Like, he will now. He's not going to respect you at this point.
Ope, all he said was your fans are old. I got news for you, Ope. You're old. You're in your 60s.
Anthony would have chuckled at that.
Right.
That Luis Gomez roasted you like coffee beans, brah. What did Luis Gomez say? Because I don't.
What do you mean? What did he say? You were responding to it all night on Twitter, you phony bag of shit.
He strikes me as the male version of shrill.
He is very shrill. I can't believe he never caught on in broadcasting after Opie and Anthony with that cool way he talks.
Coffee. Ugh.
Oh, did he like coffee beans, brah? Can't believe that didn't catch on in on an oldie station.
The back and forth. Luis Gomez took some cheap shot at me, and I hit him with a sledgehammer, and then I turned off my Twitter, and I enjoyed the rest of my day. How did he get me, brah?
Oh my God.
Doesn't seem to be bothering you at all.
Not at all. I'm sure you sleep well at night.
You know, Opie, I was wrong. You took that in stride. You nailed him. Took a sledgehammer. Would you stop? The most I'll use the term backhand because that's all it is. You don't take a sledgehammer to people on Twitter. It's a fucking tweet. You can ignore it if you want to.
Oh,
I always use the word backhand on purpose because it's a sissy thing to do on a sissy platform full of sissy people.
Pimp hand strong.
Right. Nobody on Twitter has got a fucking sledgehammer or Thor's hammer or anything like that. Relax.
You're not taking a flamethrower.
You're
to
not
the
taking
troll.
a flamethrower to Louis J. Gomez. He didn't take a machine gun to you and perforate you.
How about a Gatling gun?
No, nobody has Gatling guns on Twitter.
Damn it.
You guys had a slap fight because it's a bitch thing to do.
I hate two-faced people. I hate phonies. You know, Luis Gomez is he's like an average, for the people that don't know, he's like an average comedian. He's not even close to as good as the rest of the New York comics, but the New York comics seem to like him. He's a very good promoter. He does a very good job with Skankfest, but he's not really a great stand-up. And he honestly wasn't good enough to be on the Opie and Anthony show back in the day. And
I mean, in fairness, Louis was probably in his mid to late 20s when Opie and Anthony was on?
But just all
Did I
these...
say Opie and Anthony?
Probably.
I'm
I've
a
done that
dipshit.
before too. But just the insults out of nowhere for no good reason. Like I said, this man is on guard at all times. Everything is an insult to him. Everything feels like rejection.
Right.
Because he didn't do anything after Opie and Anthony.
Well, and then he says, oh, Louis J. Gomez, yeah, he does a great job with Skankfest every year, but he's an average comedian. Dude, average comedians don't have enough fans where they can put on an event like Skankfest.
No.
I mean, if you sell tickets, you're not an average comedian. The marketplace speaks, Ope. Don't let your bitterness make you a liar. I mean, Louis is an average comedian, but every comic in New York respects him. Well, they don't respect average comedians.
And I bet Opie would have never said this before he just merely saw his name mentioned.
Yeah. And guess what, Ope? If you and Anthony would have made it a few years longer, Louis J. Gomez and Big J. Okerson and Dave Smith, they probably would have been on Opie and Anthony.
Yeah.
He probably would have made it on your show.
certainly tried, but he just wasn't good enough. And then over the years, he takes little cheap shots at me. When I got let go at SiriusXM, he was pretty happy about it. For what reason, I don't know, because I was always very, very nice to him.
Because he worked. No, here's what happened. I remember, because that was the early Compound Media days. He was on Compound Media on Legion of Skanks. He was on Anthony's platform. They all fucked with you. Yeah. They all busted your balls because you always shit on those guys.
That's true, and you were potential competition, right?
Opie's ability to talk a whole bunch of shit and then play victim is unmatched in broadcasting. Opie has a great way of taking shots at people, shitting on people, being angry at people, and then when they go, ha, you lost your gig, he's like, I didn't even do anything to them. And now they're attacking me?
Dog.
God.
You know, he probably held a grudge because he was never on the Opie and Anthony show.
That's what it is.
He just never made the cut. He wasn't good enough.
That's true.
And then he joined Anthony's network and, you know, quickly started trashing me because everybody that works for Anthony has to trash me.
It's funny. They were making fun of you because you and Anthony hated each other. You know what, Opie, for someone who hosted a radio show that always talked about how honest it was, you two really were kind of dishonest about how much you hated each other. And I get it. It was for the survival of his show. I get that.
Yeah.
But Opie clearly said he couldn't stand you. And then the people on his network made fun of you. And guess what? You said shit about them too. So relax.
He's just the most insecure man.
So then one day I went over to Gas Digital. Carl Ruiz went with me. And I asked Lewis right to his face, "What's up, bro? I never did anything bad to you. I never talked bad about you. Why do you feel like you have to talk bad about me?" And he's like, "Oh man, you know, that's what's encouraged when you work for Anthony. And I don't mean anything by it, man. I think you're great," or whatever the exact words.
I'm gonna go ahead and call bullshit on that and say those words were never spoken.
No.
Never.
I'd agree with you.
I don't think Lewis said, "Oh yeah." I don't think Lewis threw Anthony under the bus, and I also don't think Anthony goes, "Are you going to do a show on my network?" Well, you know you have to shit on Opie, right? I can say, as someone who's had a show on Compound Media and as someone who's filled in for Anthony as short as 2 weeks ago, I can tell you this: nobody contacts you and says, "Hey, make sure you shit on Opie."
Right? That's not contractual.
They don't care about you, Ope. They really don't.
No, that's the thing. And they don't feel the need to mention you until you come up and do something stupid like
right.
this.
They'll tease you because it's funny content and they have to fill time. I mean, and you fill time very well. But it's not like, "Oh, we have to shit on Opie. Let's get him."
Where he showed me nothing but respect, and he was very, very nice to me. And then he gave me a tour of Gas Digital, and it was fine. I thought the guy was all right.
It was still fine until you, like a little pussy, took a nothing shot. It wasn't even a shot at you. He wasn't even insulting you. You took it like he just, molested your kids, and you started firing away at him like a lunatic.
Everything was great until yesterday, and now all he's done is ensure that Lewis will never give him respect ever again.
Well, and not only that, again, he created the stupid drama. Again, you're grown men. This is embarrassing. You created the drama and now play victim. You're an expert at it.
Thought the guy was all right. I know he works really, really hard. And then I'm not sure if the other time was before or after this, but I'm on the streets of New York with my daughter strapped to my chest.
That's what it's called.
And
There you
Lewis
go.
comes up to me in the street, and he couldn't be nicer to me. Like, really, really nice.
Yeah, he wasn't mean to you this time either.
Oh.
And I got right in his fucking face with my daughter on my chest. I said, what's up, bro? What's up?
You're 60, for Christ's sake.
What is going on with this
You're
man?
60 years old, and with your daughter strapped to your chest, you went up to another guy because you guys don't like each other's podcasts, and you went, "What's up, bro?"
Are you telling me this guy has kids that little?
Oh, yeah, he's a couple kids. Yeah, he had them
That
very old.
little?
He had kids very old. Yeah. Not like Al Pacino old, but yeah, older.
Oh my God.
40s, 50s.
I go, "You're being all nice to me in person, but you talk crap."
He jokes about you.
Behind my back. Excuse me, behind my back.
Okay.
Man, and once again, man, it's all just, man, I respect you, man. I'm a fan, man. I'm this man.
Because he's joking around.
Yeah, it's almost like we do shows out here. Like, if everyone took everything all show hosts say is gospel, like, I don't know how any of us would function in real life.
Right. It's just, Opie, you got to let some shit go, man. There's a reason they call it a show. He's doing
a show.
And of course, like, the Opie jabs are like little nothing things that like friends would make about you. I'm guessing Opie doesn't have a lot of friends that bust his balls. I'm guessing Opie doesn't have a lot of friends that tell jokes at his expense. Because then he'd, he'd wake one of his kids up from a nap and hold him up to the guy and go, "You got a problem, bro?
I got kids, man.
Look at my daughter's face and tell me you don't have a problem, bro."
What a weird thing.
What an uncomfortable moment for the kid. He's got to be strapped to this crazy dipshit's chest while he goes and yells at a guy on the streets of New York.
Literally can feel his heart pounding out of anger.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh, no. Like, even at an early age, the daughter was like, had one of those moments where she's like, shit, is my dad a retard? Fuck. They told me this might happen.
And then he gave me...
Anthony called me and he said, your dad might be a stupid asshole.
Anthony and the gang of Compound Media.
And the
That's
gang.
All, it's in their contracts to shit upon Daddy Opie.
Actually, Anthony didn't even call the baby. He made Big J. Okerson do it.
Yeah.
Because it was in the contract.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Something called Real Ass Dude of the Week, which is a little... But he gave me real...
You should definitely say it like that again. It'll probably be really funny.
Yeah. Isn't this guy rich and his audio and his lighting fucking
Well,
sucks?
that's a strategy Opie uses, because then when he sucks and nobody watches his shit, he just goes, oh, well, I'm not trying. That's what people who don't...
What?
Yeah, that's what people who don't get traction do. And look, I mean...
I'd be
like
so
I said,
upset.
Like I said, we're nobodies, but
Yeah.
Opie's worse than we are at this point. And we're still going to try. And then if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But to be such a coward that you won't try because you have to have a crash pad in case it sucks and nobody likes it, that's a chicken shit move.
Real Ass Dude of the Week, because I didn't back down when I saw him on the street, even though my daughter was strapped to my chest. And then everything seemed to be all right. And then he took some dumb cheap shot at me last night. And I basically said...
He didn't take a cheap shot at you. He said, an Opie reference, tell me you're 50 without telling me you're 50. He was shitting on the person who made the Opie reference. He was saying that making fun of you in that way is lame and hacky.
It is.
In a way, it was kind of I'd say it was a neutral statement about you.
Indifferent.
But if anything, it was a positive, saying don't make Opie jokes. It's fucking gay and retarded. Let the show go.
I'm not a fan of phonies.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not a fan of two-faced phonies.
You must hate the mirror. Ha, ha. See what I did? See what I did, April? You must hate the mirror because he looks in a mirror and he sees
I got it. No.
phony.
Oh, I get it. He's one.
Yeah.
And he saw himself in the mirror.
Rubber and glue and all that.
Sure.
Yeah.
That say one thing to your face and say all sorts of crap behind your back.
What is this, high school? You're 60.
And I told him his comedy special was not good at all, and it wasn't that good, and everyone knows it wasn't that good. But they respect Lewis as a promoter, so they try to help him promote the damn thing. But it's honestly his special was lazy. What I mean by that is
okay.
It's about to be filled with you next. So.
I don't think he'd waste it. I don't think he'd waste the time.
It's a funny.
I'll tell you this. I think I can't watch any more Opie. It's just...
He's awful. He strikes me as somebody who would be like our parents' age that's just uptight about everything, and you're afraid to talk to him about anything because they might blow up at you.
Well, like I said, my experience was I said that Opie wasn't that good. Or no, I didn't even say he wasn't that good.
Man.
I said he wasn't the funny guy.
Yeah.
And as the straight man or whatever, but he has a family and he seems to be doing very well. He took that as a slight.
That's what I mean. You can't even be passe. You can't even be like, hey, dude, you're doing fine.
Yeah.
Have that lukewarm of a take and oh my God, what did I ever do to you?
Yeah. Nicholas Gurr says he also believes that you are the one that sent me to his chat so that he could repeat my name several times. I had nothing to do with that monster. I'm telling you right now.
I think that's funny, though.
Kyle with $5 says having to pay for the leaf blower you sold me through Super Chats is really inconvenient, Aaron. I didn't do that. Balls Deep gifting a membership. Thank you very much.
Thank
Sid
you.
Saraf says, but Lewis trashed him. Oh, I forgot.
How he talks really is shrill for a guy
shrill.
voice.
Rare Penny with $5 says, I was raised Lutheran as well, April, and 100% Norwegian. Go white people. Well, that...
Hey, as a fellow Aryan here, I don't know what to do with that. Thank you.
All right, guys. It does look like we're still $25 short for this overtime we're giving you. We got 8 minutes left. We got let's knock out that last 25. What do you say? It's not going to make a big difference in the grand scheme of things. My autism is just showing.
It'd make me feel good.
I'm going, just fucking 25 is a weird number. Just get it the fuck out of there. Everybody throw in a couple of bucks. Knock out that last 25. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo. Those are the 3 best ways to do it. Rumble rants, super chats, etc. Get after it, guys. Let's do that last 25 and call it a win tonight. Mr. Me says, after watching that, my life's looking pretty good now. Thanks, Opie.
Opie, yeah. No, it is true. Like, you watch somebody just be shitty for no reason.
And not only that, but
it's
like
just grating.
A guy who's got on paper, good life.
Fantastic. Isn't he rich? Doesn't he have all the money he needs and a beautiful view?
Got all the money.
A family.
All the stuff.
His coffee.
Carlos Cameo says, how Anthony tolerated Opie for almost 20 years is beyond me. I'd last 20 minutes. Oh, okay, wait a minute. They're paying you millions of dollars a year.
There was a buffer there.
How about that? They're paying you millions of dollars a year, and you got to deal with the guy 4 or 5 hours tops.
Per day.
4 or 5 hours a day, millions of dollars. And yeah, Jake in the Hudson says, Carlos, alcohol. Yeah, Anthony could put away a few beers too.
What? I've never heard such a thing.
1 or 2. 1 or 2. All right, guys, I'm going to annoy you over the course of the next 7 minutes. 25 away. Do it. Let's knock out that last 25. Look like an asshole here. Just doing 30 minutes extra, and then people going, haha, not going to give you the last 25, asshole. Let's knock it down, knock it out. Do it. Come on. I want to see it done over the next 7 minutes. I'm going to be breaking into every story and just being obnoxious about it. Symbolic Mind says Anthony is still a saint for putting up with Opie.
Yeah, but I mean, the money does help.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they weren't compensated to deal with the guy.
I mean, if somebody paid you millions of dollars to deal with somebody you really hated, you'd do it, right?
MSO says twice, ? Yeah, it's a win for you twice because I'm the sucker that gave him the overtime on credit and then, still lost. So, yeah, I guess MSO, it would be a win for you twice. I'm not bringing the offering plate out twice. That's just, it's humiliating to bring it out once. I know what I am in the grand scheme of podcasting and whatnot. It's a fucking joke. I get that. But to bring it out twice over $25, I'd just like to see the audience pick up the last 25. And then I didn't, otherwise I would have left 30 minutes ago and got a little extra free time tonight. So finish up that $25, guys, and don't make the same people do it. Let's all throw in a little bit. Do this as a team. South Korean man killed by an industrial robot. By the way, this is our future. That picked him up and slammed him on a conveyor belt. So the robot just picked up a guy at a packing plant and just basically, when Bam Bam would pick up Fred Flintstone, just smash him back and forth. Basically, the robot Bam Bammed this guy to death.
This is why I'm not in favor of robots like this. I'm fine having a person put parts up on a conveyor belt, quality control, all that. I'm okay with no robots.
Kyle with 20 says, hopefully this gets us squared away for that Toro leaf blower. Now I'm starting to think he actually stole my leaf blower. Producer Robert with $5 says, check out Keanu's exclusive interview with Jake Hudson tomorrow on Untoward Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Fuck, she's going to kick our ass.
That's a good producer, though.
She's going to kick our ass.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys, I'm calling it. That's it. Good job, everybody. Thank you, Producer Robert. Thank you, Kyle.
I told you
we definitely was whales tonight. The whales did it. Thank you very much for keeping us in business. Very kind of you. Thank you very, very much. So let's get through this one, huh? An industrial robot grabbed and crushed a worker to death at a vegetable packing plant. Well, at least that part's fitting.
Ironically, he now, too, is a vegetable.
Yeah, he made maybe that's what confused the robot. They programmed him to package vegetables.
Maybe he just really smelled like kimchi.
Oh, that's really racist, but possible.
Oh, it's a positive racism comment.
Yeah, it's positive. You guys all smell.
Kimchi's delicious.
You guys all smell like the food you eat, like Germans. You smell like sauerkraut, of course. Police investigated whether the machine was defective or improperly designed. Or how about the other option? These things are starting to become self-aware and they're starting to wipe us out.
It's a mind of its own.
Police said early evidence suggests that human error was more likely to blame rather than problems with the machine itself. Oh, so it's our fault. Blame the victim.
But that would mean that somebody set it up to do that.
Police in the southern county of Gosong said the man died of head and chest injuries Tuesday evening after he was snatched and pressed against a conveyor belt by the machine's robotic arms.
So it just smushed you into the conveyor belt, basically.
Or did it hold you on the conveyor belt while it ran? And if the conveyor belt runs fast enough, yeah. Oh, that sucks on many levels.
It's horrifying.
Thank you very much to Need Trump. We're now going to be $10 into tomorrow. $20 from Need Trump. Thank you very much, buddy.
Thank you.
Getting us off to a start for tomorrow. We appreciate that very, very much. Yeah, the robot thing, the AI thing.
I hate AI.
The movies had it right.
Yeah.
I think the movies have got it. I think we got to chill out on this shit.
They've warned us time and time again. We didn't listen.
iRobot is going to become a documentary. I just hope I'm dead before it does.
I don't know because I feel like this shit's like picking up quickly.
Yeah. Oh. Lo Mein Kampf says that robot has a soul. South Korea. Soul. See, if it was a North Korean robot, A, it would have starved to death. And
no
B,
vegetables for the belts.
Yeah, and B, it would have, there's not really a lot of puns you can use for Pyongyang. For the robot.
You could have a robot that peed on Yang.
See, I told you. It's all shitty jokes.
But you really got to shove it in there, like, shoehorn that bitch.
You got to shove it in there like that lady's daughters shoved their tampons in there, just all the way up and lose them. That's it.
Yes, you're super absorbent.
Stay away from the robots. Stay away from the AI. Are there like dumb robots? Like, can we get the robots that can't evolve and smash us to death? Can we go with a little more like machine-based robots and like mechanical robots versus computer AI robots?
Right. Can we just get like the very basic of computer in there to control it? Basic.
Nebo tried one. He says, Pyongyang on these nuts, fool. I really know. Lo Mein Kampf says, Pyongyang is the sound the guy made. Pyongyang. Yeah, you know what? That works. And on that note, everybody, we're getting out of here. Oh, boy, we grabbed you guys by the ankles. We shook you upside down, but we did it. We made it work. Thank you to Kyle. Thank you to Sid. Thank you to everybody who contributed to tonight's show. Thank you to Need Trump, Randy K., everybody who threw us a couple bucks. You guys make this show possible, and we do appreciate it. Also, we were hovering around 300 people at a time during a Monday night football game between the Chiefs and Eagles. I'm happy with that.
I'm cool with it.
I don't know if we're going to have April or Johnny tomorrow. It sounds like it sounds like Johnny's still not doing well. So we'll keep our eye on the situation, and you'll know by 6 a.m. tomorrow. Thanks for another great show. April, thank you.
Thank you.
And to the rest of you, we'll see you tomorrow morning.